qualifiers towards the finals, and it's going to be RV versus MST. And the finals is to be determined. The winners
did see against Hermit for game 1 and game 2. We have seen how well they do their rotations as well, in which
introduce the players of Red Moon. Yindi, one of the hunters. You got Green having an amazing kite. Seiken, Psyche, Nino.
For Rival, you're going to be able to see Sprinter as your main hunter there alongside with Anton. For the Survivor side, since there are quite a lot of dash spots in middle as well, we could catch up pretty. Into the game we go. We're going to be able to see Sprinter here idling just a little bit, but our first chase seems like it will be Seiken here currently at middle. Coordinator rushing straight towards Factory as well with the pallet there being dropped down in middle. We would be able to see at least Cordy getting into position. With that failed dash, we're going to be able to see an 8-second breather here for Cordy. It seems like we're changing targets here instead.
Yeah, so considering that this is a small map, it's not going to be too detrimental, but Sprinter definitely has to make haste in his first chase if he wants to add the pressure early on. Seems like Seiken is actually going to be the first target here. The coordinator in Factory could be a good start for him, but he's going to have to make a clear shot if he wants to use that flare gun. Now we're going to see him drop down that pallet just so he can transition over to the window side of this Factory area. Sprinter's still on hot pursuit while the Cyphers are moving along quite nicely.
Yeah, with Seiken here, he did manage to rotate pretty well as well, dodging on the remnants nearby. And of course, with Sprinter there, missing the dash once again a little bit unfortunate, allowing Cordy to contain for even longer. This first gun seems like it wouldn't be coming out that soon as well, with Blink being ready here. But as long as we can gun here without the gun miss, Seiken, very nicely done. We won't be vaulting out the window because there's remnants nearby, but this is more than enough than a really good kite for early game.
Oh yeah, 100%. Not getting Terror Shock, making sure you use the coordinator gun really well, conserving these pallets and really making the rotations to avoid the remnants, forcing out a blink, and it's not even a down, so still buying a little more time for some Cypher progress to happen. And now we're back on the window of the Factory. Seiken providing so much time for the decoding to happen.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's also the fact that she did manage to get out that window Spoobus as well, currently coming back towards where Factory is once again, trying to buy just a little bit more time, but sadly that slow vault will result us a Terror Shock down. But that does not really matter for RM Survivors, because Cordy has managed to do her job here actually, especially against Opera Singer, which is really hard. Fast movement speed boost. With a Cordy here having Windows Speed Boost, it did help out quite a lot. But now, sadly, it seems like Gardner's Cypher Machine would be disturbed here just for a little bit.
Yeah, they're opening up some of their options here. Again, the best bet you can get against Sprinter's Opera Singer is just the tie, and hopefully they can get that. We already have a Mercenary here in position. He is trying to decode a little bit of the Cypher inside the Factory area, but we do see that Green is also might have to play rescuer role here as he gets the Gardener's Bubble. They have 2 tide turners on the board, and we're going to see the coordinator pop the last effort just to move on away from this area, just so that some Cypher progress can happen.
But for Moran's side, they actually did a really good job here because they allowed Gardner to do the first rescue, which means that Gardner doesn't really have borrowed time, as we can see on the screen here as well. But what does that also mean? That means that Mercenary can finish off his 3rd Cypher Machine and allow Psychologist and Gardner to rush the last 2 Cyphers there with the 2nd chair here on Coordinator. Buy a little bit more time for sometimes too.
Yeah, you gotta love the strategy. They're playing this kind of clean. They're double decoding the Cypher, and now Psyche is gonna try to pressure that chair while Sprinter is gonna try to defend this Cypher. So this leaves a big opening unless he goes and teleports. Psyche was not able to make it in time for the rescue to happen under Sprinter's nose, and now he's gonna have to defend this chair. So, an excellent back and forth as we head towards the mid game.
Yeah, as long as Psyche doesn't rescue too early here, everything should be fine because we still do have 20-second tide turn time as well. But it seems like for Psyche right now, we want a little bit more time getting the rescue right there. As long as Psyche doesn't manage to body block with 75% Cypher Machine from the Survivor side, should be enough. But Sprinter being able to get that hit on towards Coordinator. Can we get towards a pallet or something just for Psyche to pallet drop and buy a little bit more time for us to pop on the Cypher Machine? Very beautiful pallet stun right there with 91, 92, 94% Cypher Machine. Sprinter, can we get the pop? We got the pop with a 4-man endgame.
Wow, 4-man endgame for the side of RM, and now Seiken having the kite of his life. The exit gates are not being touched yet. We're gonna get a slow vault here, but the Terror Shock finally registers. We do have Trump card available. He's already switched to teleport, and now the exit gates are moving. Sprinter will have to go for a rocket chair before he tries to go for anyone else. Question is, the exit gate is moving on quite slowly. They decide to stop touching it, Kuro.
Yeah, with the teleport coming in right here, Mercenary right already on the run, but there's only one elbow pad on the Mercenary's hands as we use it to get towards Shaq. With no one else at Factory Gate just yet, Sprinter deciding to go after Psyche here. But as long as Psyche can buy 20 more seconds, it'll be more than enough here for a tie.
So now Psyche, no elbow pads to work with. They got 2 pallets, and now a drop. It's a trade-off, but still gonna buy enough time for him to actually move on away. The dungeon is also here, but he's gonna get another down. Everyone is at the exit gate. They have to exit. But are we gonna see it? Oh, that was so close.
It was really unfortunate there for Psyche. If we were just 1 second faster, or if we had just 1 extra stack of sticker here on towards the Mercenary, definitely could have crawled towards the dungeon and get that 3-man escape. But overall, also didn't really expect that first pallet drop down early as well. But it seems like that very early pallet drop down allowed Cordial
just so they can get that first hit and unlock some presence. So, yeah. All right, folks, Yindi bringing out the Ivy once again, going to Phantom form just to bring out the second body of Ivy, just so that he can be able to spread his presence out. The first target is going to be very interesting to see. It seems like he's already setting up his Phantom over here in the factory, and he's already leached onto one of the survivors, but he seems like he's going to focus onto Schmitty.
With interdimensional travel here, it seems like we did manage to get the revelation screen with Yeetin here, the Phantom 4 as well. But for Acrobat with Tide Turner here, it might be not that easy for us to contain here anymore, especially with the fact that we can sandwich situation against Acrobat. The moment he holds his ball, that's where you know where Acrobat is actually looking. And even without Yeetin being leashed on, it does not matter. We're trying to get a revelation screen right here, but it seems like Acrobat's going to be able to fireball away from this area and safely towards the next containment area.
Okay, so now Schmitty doing an excellent job avoiding the areas or the territory that it was established. Can go for a hit here, but nice slow bomb just for Yindi to actually swing and a miss. We're still sitting at 79% corruption while Schmitty's doing an excellent job. Look at the Cypher progress. It's actually insane. It's already a minute in, but now Acrobat does land with 1 hit, and now Schmitty is going to have to be very careful because 1 scare and the controls will definitely be going on his side. Able to actually get the 100%, and now the hit will register.
But even with that in mind, it is a 90-second containment here from Acrobat. If we had Windows speed boost or Flywheel, definitely could have contained for longer. But as we do see as well from the Survivor side, 3 Cypher machines are almost done. But that 3 Cypher machine doesn't mean much for Ivy, because even if there's 1 full Cypher machine, it's still a huge map control potential here for Ivy to go against the Survivors. But we do also see as well, First Officer does have a wanted order.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit hard to actually get this rescue. So the pocket watch will be forced.
So early pocket watch here. Again, there's still a lot of time. Last 2 ciphers are being worked on now. Yindi's only hope is for him to stuff this rescue, but we have seen Roland being one of the most stable rescuers out there. We're going to try to see some fear stack being built up here. Another swing of that pocket watch, and now we're playing the really slow chair game here. You have to be very careful.
But we didn't get the terror shock here.
Go for it.
But like, even with this on mind, that Pro-Hop Rescue didn't help us a lot, but we're going to be able to reach on towards Acrobat here once again. But sadly, it is Max Presence Ivy here, which Corruption and Transference be able to add an additional 40 stack. For Ivy right now, the main thing in mind is we need to start actually focusing on the Cypher machines, because we do see the 4th Cypher at 66 and the 5th at 40%.
So note that Gardner also has Tide Turner here. So Paul Blake went with a 3 Tide Turner build here. So we will see Paul Blake possibly make that rotation just to buy a little more time. But we do see that the Cypher progress moving on quite well. But now we're going to see the map pressure being built up with the Phantom moving around. Roland's actually still in the area here since Psychologist did give that whistle to him. So it seems like they're going to try to carry this game out without a Tide Turner. So Cypher progress looking pretty good.
Okay, we did get a hit there on First Officer though, but with 83% last Cypher machine here from the Survivor side, Schmitty's still on the run. We do still have our Fireball. We did get a 100% Scream stack, but would that matter against 96 stack? We missed a hit, and it's going to land on First Officer here, allowing the Acrobat to actually rotate away. 4-man endgame, and no stacks of fear on towards the aggro. We're going to change targets here for the one that's actually at the exit gate. It seems like Psycho will be forced out, and all survivors rushing towards Factory Gate right now. We do see Acrobat, but Acrobat decodes the gate really, really slowly.
Yeah, so now they're playing it super safe here. A 4-man endgame. We know that Ivy is actually terrifying in the endgame, but a locker play is going to be done here just so that he's going to be able to avoid some of the scares that will be done. So now, excellent play so far. I think they just got to wait out this detention and wait out some rotations here for someone to be chased first. Yindi knows that someone, the main body is actually away from that locker, so he's just going to try and see how well he's going to play this one out. He recalled the Phantom, and now it seems like he's gonna have to use this area of the shack.
The survivors are also playing this one very well as well, with a teleportation over here straight towards Roland, but sadly that's going to be 99 stack here, not enough to actually get this first officer down. We still do have to blink on Ivy here too, but both exit gates are currently being opened. Thankfully this is the first officer without any items left on his hands, but it doesn't seem like we'll be able to stop the survivors here from escaping.
Wow.
4-man endgame. 90-second containment on that acrobat without any personas to contain with. And it seems like it's going to be a guaranteed 3-man escape at least, but if we lose a Roland right here, it might be really bad.
Yeah, so Yindi already has his sights set on this first officer, but holy smokes, chat. RVL seeing that they need to get it tied, but they go above and beyond that and get a 3-person escape. Roland being the sacrificial lamb here, and this is what I was talking about. If they're able, they're covering each other so well. They played this matchup really. A little bit of the Phantom stay in that spot for a while because could not leech onto the acrobat while he was in that lock. Kind of an untested, or kind of, there's not much mileage on Ivy just yet. In here for Yindi if he wants to drag this game out. But the thing is, yesterday I think we pointed it out.
With clerk spawning in restaurants here, seems like the cipher machine on top right here of our screen will be locked. We're going a little bit closely towards cheerleader, it does seem. Honestly, for clerk, going against cheerleader isn't bad, since clerk is one of the fastest movement type hunters in this game. And of course, with the persona web, it seems like we're going to be going confined space detention, with impulsive, drop down speed boost, confined, and of course berserk.
Okay. So those are the Persona Web, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how Paul Blems does. Again, one of the best kiters in this server. He's going to use that cheer just to gather some distance and probably head towards a good area. He might actually eat a swing here unless he's able to use another cheer. Able to do so, and now he's going to hide behind these pallets. He's going to run to Schmitty. So now able to actually get a hit. Okay, Paul Blems dropping the pallet a little too early. But now we're going to see a warp to try and cut off the distance. Paul Blems falling down to a charged up hit.
But you see, there's nothing that a cheerleader can actually do here, because you know we did see cheerleader. Yes, she might have used the second bomb a little bit too slowly. But even if she did manage to use it a little bit faster, that doesn't make that much of a difference there, since Clerk moves just way too fast. And of course, with Clerk with warp there, it's kind of just a little bit of an icing on top as well. Right when cheerleader actually goes into the movement debuff, Clerk can just warp immediately and get a normal hit, no problem at all. And with a second follow-up hit, cheerleader having no items, what can we do in that situation? So of course, with that 40-50 second down, sadly our cipher machine, I don't think it'll be enough. It might be a Clerk perma lock cipher here.
True. An excellent breakdown on that side. So it seems like they might kind of settle for just going for a full blood rescue, or maybe sacrificing here. But it seems like Schmitty has already caught the attention of this Clerk. Schmitty does have tide turners, so that can carry this cheerleader to a better part of this map. He's going to use the grappling hook, and now actually gets hit. Oh my gosh, Paul Blems now popping that last effort. He's going to try to just gather as much distance as possible for them to just buy enough time for them to pop some ciphers here and there. But so far, it seems like a good start for Yindi.
Definitely. And of course, we do see as well from the Clerk side, we did go out and force Patient to do the rescue. Yes, it was a no damage rescue, but the good thing here is we didn't buy an extra 20-second time for the survivors to decode, and that is what Clerk wants to do, as we do here as well. For a cipher machine on around 60% on average, decoding progress isn't too bad, but warp is now ready. We definitely could see who the next target would be. If we can actually go towards that composer, it'll be a really tough spot here for VL to be in.
Okay, he's just trying to monitor where the ciphers are at. Now MyLeg realizing, all right, it's a locked cipher. Yindi just holding on to the warp just for now. Might need it for a chase. and we are seeing the rotations being done. So RVL very notorious for knowing when to slow down the pace of this game. Now Warp has already been popped, and MyLeg hightailing it, doing a full 180 to go back to where he started, and now Yindi has his sights set on this Composer. Nice block.
Ooh, very nice window lock, but we got to hit right over the pallet, and of course the pallet dropped down right, and we gave a free scroll for the Clerk here to use. Now, if Clerk can actually just drop down a pallet and force it on towards MyLeg, the Composer right here, it might not that be good for the survivors. We do see the Cypher Machine as well. 5 Cypher Machines on so much progress, but that doesn't matter because we're not at max presence. Actually got that drop a hit, but we still got the hit there anyways.
Excellent usage of that recording, using it to force a pallet drop down and forcing one actually to be recorded just so he can reverse it, and now has another down survivor. So Yindi really making up for his performance in the previous game and now really dominating this mid game because only 4 ciphers remain. They're all like close to popping, but when there's a survivor on a chair, that's when Keegan really pops off.
Ooh, we did get a lock on the Cypher Machine too. We do see Cypher Machine seems like it's going to be more than enough, but the only issue here is they're so spread out apart, and there's one rescuer that has to come into rescue. Meanwhile, we have still 2 scrolls on our hands to lock the Cypher Machine, which Patient is going to be decoding very, very soon.
Gets the rescue. MyLeg able to carry his weight all the way to outside the midway point of this map, and now we see that MyLeg is going to try to make his rotation towards the hotel area. Dropping the pallet. He knows that he has a recording, and now he's just gonna wait at the top part of this map. Like you said, Cypher progress is enough, but it's very spread apart. And the thing is with Keegan also, she can lock down ciphers or recordings at least towards the exit gates. So it's gonna be hard how they're gonna navigate this end game.
Definitely, but it seems like we're going to be able to pop all 4 Cypher Machines right now with the last one at 91%. We have 2 scrolls on our hands, but Clerk does not have Trump card to activate that abnormal and an extra abnormal scroll to buy herself a little bit more time. Schmitty holding on towards that grappling hook. Mercenary also being very careful as well. We're currently decoding the Cypher Machine, but we are very careful. Did we get a lock on a Cypher 01 there? Now Schmitty wanting to come into rescue. You did already rescue one, so we have nothing left to use, but we have Warp here left to use. Can we Warp and cancel this out? Seems like we won't be doing that anytime soon as Mercenary still being locked right here. Can we try to get a hit? No, it's okay. You can hit the prisoner right, not prisoner, patient right there, but it seems like we're going to be able to warp over. But the Cypher Machine is going to be primed right here unless we do. Can we get the lock? We did manage to get a flywheel. Very nicely done by the Composer. We did get a block down right there. And of course, Cypher Machine pop. There is no borrowed time. And Composer, with that flywheel, bought up so much time. A 3-man endgame for rival survivors.
What a scramble, but the Terror Shock does land, and now both exit gates are being open. Can he get more than just a tie here? Yindi, this is super important for him to actually lay claim to round number 2. That other exit gate is opening up quite well. He has gotten the patient already down. There's no warp. He can't lock the gate. It's gonna look like an open exit gate. Can Schmitty actually make it in time?
Seems like Smitty does have also 1 extra grappling hook here left to use, and indeed kind of losing our target right here, believing that Dungeon's on the other side. But no, Patient is the one running for victory right here. It was a 40-second down on Cheerleader, but that does not matter to Rival. Rival being able to get a 2-man escape might decode so, but Composer, hey, Composer, max calibration is 20% decoding speed boost.
Aaron, if you're listening right now, please give Kuro what he wants and get a joke.
Huffs and puffs away in open areas in which it forces opera. In towards the game we go here. Let's see, Sprinter's first move is actually go towards middle here. Instead, we want to maybe try go out for that Aeroplanist. Aeroplanist going up towards the mini 2-story here at this corner of the map. Seems like it would be, you know, trump card detention alongside with max pallet breaking alongside with Berserker, but it seems like our Aeroplanist would be first chase.
Yeah, so Green already using the jetpack just to establish that distance and now already dropping down that pallet. We did see that the Embalmer has already dropped down his coffin into the 2nd story here. So we're going to see a hit registered in the early seconds of this game. Airplane is still on, his jetpack is still on cooldown while it is ready to use. So nice vault onto that window. Sprints are continuing on this chase here. Spots out there is a Cypher being worked on towards the fountain area, and we're still here at the restaurant.
Ooh, very good hover right there, but that distance only pulled him towards the next nearest padding, which is not really enough, especially against an opera singer in this case scenario. Very good whole flywheel there, but with this flywheel, it's going to be a blink counter, 65-second down on towards this aeroplanist.
Yeah, an excellent back and forth, but Sprinter ended up on top there with that blink. So, you know what, you gotta love the attempt there. You know, it did buy a little bit of time, but a little bit of time's not gonna cut it, especially if you go up against an opera singer on Sprinter's side. So Psyche forced to possibly go for an early rescue. Usage of the elbow pads, but unable to get through the door.
Spencer did a really good job there, utilizing his own body to actually prevent Mercenary from elbow padding towards the chair right there. With the hit on towards Aeroplanist, Aeroplanist needs to get as far away from this area as possible, but we have only one Titan this time. I don't think we can go for a second rescue here anymore. Does Aeroplanist want to utilize his jetpack to go towards the corner, which is even a harder place to chair, or do we want to save it and see if someone comes in for rescue again?
And that's quite unfortunate. You heard that second gong, meaning full presence. It's an opera singer, full presence sangria. So now, yeah, that begs the question, because he does have one kiting item to work with, but no tide turners on the board. Now we're seeing Sprinter spread out his presence here and see if anyone is decoding. We do note that the Embalmer's coffin is up there, and we do see that he is hiding. So now it seems like Psyche is going to go for that second rescue. He is hiding away. Can Sprinter spot him out? Seems like he hasn't yet, so this leaves an opening. Oh, he's actually out in the open now. So let's see if Psyche's gonna use an elbow pad.
The only small issue here really is Embalmer also wanted to come in, but it seems like right now Psyche will be the immediate chase as Embalmer decide to abort the mission. We've two elbow pads on Mercenary, so Mercenary shouldn't have too much of a bad time with the containment here. But even so, that elbow pad, a little bit of a faulty elbow pad right there. Unfortunate for Psyche. The Mercenary landing a hit right there, and we do see Seiken nearby as the Antiquarian.
Oh my. Through the window well, so Sprints are able to down the Mercenary. A series of unfortunate events for the survivors and a series of fortunate events on the side of Sprinter here. Already down that Mercenary, no Tider to be able to use, but at least Mercenary still has one elbow pad to work with as he could possibly rebound Kite. So now IDV math is not doing pretty well here. 3 ciphers remaining, 2 survivors not on a chair, and now at least that cipher was popped by Seiken. Seiken have to get an early hit here. Is he gonna try to go for that rescue, or is he just gonna try to kite this one out?
For Seiken right now, he can definitely try to get this disarming, but with a flipping set, we decided to sweep a little bit too early. We still definitely did our flywheel, but we were too scared of the blink since blink wasn't forced out just yet. 3.5 cipher machine down, but it's only the Embalmer left that's on the field who's able to rescue, but he's just too far away.
Yeah, that's the thing. Mercenaries already expired the halfway mark, so Sprinter staring down the barrel of at least a 3-person elimination. 907S is the only one that is out there, and the timer is on the board for the dungeon, but the dungeon is nowhere near where 907 is at, and he's already seen the blood trails. It's kind of a checkmate scenario here that Sprinter sees, so can he actually get the 5-point game for his team? 907S is trying to make a beeline for the rocket share here.
Seems like we wouldn't be able to make it here anymore as Antiquarian is just about to go after half, but for Sprinter we still do have blink left on our hands, but for Embalmer we want to say to ourselves, let's try to buy as much time as possible because I still do have Coffin, I still do have my 8-second immunity and 8-second Titan, but it seems like right now it will not matter as Sprinter's going to be able to immediately catch up right here. Are we going to Coffin? But if we do, no, we're going to go for the immediate elimination here. Let's congratulate Rival for winning against RM.
An incredible Before we get to the interview, before we get to the MVPs, we have to look at the match breakdown here. Don't see any puppeteers because he always bans it straight up. So here we have the match results. Bring like a 3 rescuer build in the first game, so he was definitely one of them.
And he was the one that actually always guaranteed that one-man escape. We saw from Raven Survivor, no matter how bad the game is, they always still manage to not add a huge point loss too.
And I'm definitely sure that we're looking at. Kura, why don't you take us through the lineups and the strength of this team? I thought that we would be seeing an opera singer or an IV, like what you mentioned.
For Santi Devil as our wax artist, it seems like we're going to move towards Graveyard here, in which where Barmaid is actually near the window location now, so we're going to be able to safely rotate it, meanwhile wanting to lock the window right here. But you know what, the good news is we do have warp. Yeah, so with the loop here, as long as we can get the first hit early and then immediate warp, this Barmaid wouldn't be able to contain for so long.
Yeah, I mean, Santi Devil has yet to put the 100% wax onto the barmaid. Yet it's going to be successfully freezing her. Oh, wow, nice. Breaking the pallet in time just to land that hit. But the barmaid already going for the tram after taking the Dublin. Okay, she's going to make it. At least we'll be able to be certain that she'll be fully healed by the time she get off the tram, right? So, hey, that's +1 for the tram there.
But it seems like for Santi Devil, we're going to change targets here instead for Pablo, who's actually playing the Seer of this game. This might be a little bit harder now because if Seer utilized the Owl for himself, it is going to be a max cooldown. We're going to be able to warp in here, but Pablo, very nice reaction. We're a little bit of an open area, so this Owl might have to come out a little bit early.
Oh, nice! Beautiful, beautiful one tap out from Pablo, but the Wax Bomb is going to freeze Pablo. That one hit onto the Seer. Mind you though, the Seer does not have flywheel, so yeah, she's gonna be kiting without the owl now. Pablo trying to dodge left and right. Okay.
We should be overall okay here as long as here. Well, if Seer puts the pallet down here, you'll be able to get some, but it seems like it wouldn't matter anyways. And for Santi right here, it's going to be a 100-second and down on towards this here. It's overall okay as long as we don't try into basement. And it seems like the Devil doesn't want to do that, but instead wanting to lock the Cypher Machine. The window does not get locked just yet, and First Officer is going to be able to make his way in.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely do not like playing against a Wax artist. Especially when he's at full presence, right? He just blocks the window, he just blocks the pallet, and then he just keeps shooting at you to freeze you. And, you know, without flywheel, it might be hard to get rid of the Wax. But now the rescue is going to happen. First Officer! Okay, gonna tank that hit. Good rescue, using the, yeah, sparing no expense. Wow.
But it seems like Seer wants to go out here instead. We're almost at... Well, we do have Hotbox right now. It's a little bit unfortunate we couldn't get a double down onto its First Officer right there, or else Cypher Machine decoding progress definitely would be very slow. But for Seer right here, he knows himself that he needs to get as far away from the chair as possible. Barmaid popping open her Cypher Machine right there. We're only 1.5 Cypher Machine down. And I would say it probably would be Barmaid that has to actually give Tinnitus right here. We don't want the rescue in this situation, you know, especially with the fact that, like, there is a hot wax on this Wax artist.
Yeah. Well, he's going after the barmaid now. Okay, gonna hit through the pallet. Okay, so now we know for a fact that Santi Devil is not afraid of pallets. Just swings through the pallets every single time. And now, using the warp, he's gonna go back to where Tonkatsu is. Wow, the presence of mind, you know, that's the hunter instincts for you, ladies and gentlemen. Just not being tunnel vision onto the survivors, focusing left and right, side for progress, creating pressure. And now Tonkatsu with half health on the First Officer and 1 watch left. Let's see if he's able to kite low enough for the second one.
The thing with First Officer here is you just need to focus on dodging as much as possible, but with that 57% Cypher Machine upping balcony here as well, First Officer is a 93 watch right here. Can we get on? We did not get on.
Nice! Nice work there by Santi Devil with that Wax Bomb. Tonkatsu unfortunately will not be able to dodge such a huge funnel, right? So Tonkatsu's gonna be down, has no more pocket watch. So Kuro right now, 2 players are free, and the Painter. I mean, this is where the Painter should shine, right? Like for the support in the late game with the paintings, right? And he is coming in for the rescue. Alright, Santi Devil, what's he doing? What's he going up?
We're going to be able to pop open the Cypher Machine here. Seems like Survivor doesn't want to waste any more time as Daki already on the run here with Windows Boo Boos. We're going to lock out the window first, but we're running in a bit of an open area. As long as we dodge as much of this as possible, that's all what matters. And of course, with the hit down, 25 seconds left on the warp here, Nello. We might be able to see a 3-man elimination if there isn't anyone near middle trying to buy tonight this time.
Yeah, they only managed to start the gate opening when the barmaid went down, right? So it might allow Santi Devil a little bit more time. I mean, it's only 5 seconds left before warp. Okay, it's gonna be super close. 2, 1. I don't think so. Santi Devil is probably just going.
Yeah, we're just at the gate right now. Can we can't.
Yeah, just a second too short. The survivors.
We did see as well the very good performance on Santi Devil, you know, chasing after the barmaid and the Seer.
The quiet stick and the slow music box, as what you've mentioned. So all right, there we have it. LX on the Opera Singer, making a beeline for 7. So I guess he's following. Actually, no, he's making a detour. He's moving towards the middle now, trying to spot out if there are any survivors that has, rotated out of place, transitioned out of place, and still yet to find someone. Oh, wait! The Grig seems to be the choice now, and Sawi is here, Kuro.
Yeah, Priestess definitely would be the most optimal choice here, as we do see as well Max Power Breaking, Jump Card Detention. Seems like we decided to warp, or is this teleport because it was 40-50 second cooldown. But of course with the Priestess right here, even if the portal turns on, no, we didn't get the portal out, but we also didn't get a hit right there, which is fine. Seems like the hit will still register with a charge attack hit, but as we see here, it is Excitement on the Opera Singer.
Yeah, Excitement, but the survivors do not know that. They probably think that it's a blink or a warp or something that they'll probably commonly use, because if he brought Excitement, he'll probably go after the Antiquarian. Maybe that's what MST is thinking right now, right? Now, LX needs to deal with all the slow boxes in the middle. Oh my god, it's slowing him down so much. The shadow seems a little bit slowed. But beautiful support coming in. 7's coming in already. The swipe. Okay.
That's only one. We're not willing to use Excitement here just yet. We've been waiting for this but trap! No, that's the trap you're asking for. Anti-current going down, but where are we? I wonder. Oh, there's Anti-current on the other side, and that's an immediate hit. It seems like right now for... The thing is, right now for Antiquarian, yes, we do go... Oh, what a nice dash! What a nice dodge back! But it doesn't matter because we're going to be able to Excitement anyways. And Antiquarian, having nowhere left to go, we're going to be able to go down. And Priestess also is a half health outside.
Yeah, that was a beautiful flywheel by the Antiquarian to dodge the attacks. But unfortunately, the flywheel ended up in the line of sight of the tram. One thing leads to the other, and LX ultimately will be able to chair Antiquarian. But just look at the ciphers at the moment, Kuro. Like, none of them are done yet. This is scary. This is scary for MST.
Yeah, definitely, and especially since the fact that, you're against an Opera Singer. We could try rescue before half, but right after this rescue before half, you can't rescue anymore. The Cypher Machine does seem pretty fast. Priestess Support Portal is also caught from this area too, and we do see as well the first Officer's Pocket Watch being utilized early. We definitely could make it here, but it's a little bit dangerous here. If we get a tower attack, it'll be really bad. We're going to be able to get a hit on the rescue before half, thankfully. And do we want to try to get a double down? No, we'll be looking for 7 here instead, and we'll have to see how how it goes.
Yeah, 7 seems to be the target. Oh, and another swipe right into the attacking range of the Antiquarian. It's gonna buy the Antiquarian a little bit more time. 7 still trying to rotate around this area, and the ball, beautiful, barely dodging the terror shock. Oh my god, we are at the edge of our seats. Now another swipe, beautifully done by 7, utilizing all of the bamboo sticks to perfection, and now LX has no choice but to stop for a moment, break the pallets, take out the music box because it's getting too much for him, and that's gonna allow 7 to rotate away from this area.
Yeah, sadly Excitement Time didn't come out on time, or else Antiquarian wouldn't have been able to rebound Kai, but because of the solo music box, because of her disarms, she'll be able to contain. But sadly with that over the hit window, it is still a 4 Cypher Machine containment, though they're only missing 1 last Cypher Machine, but the guaranteed tie can still be seen here from MST at least. Getting this female dancer out definitely was the right choice. But cherry near middle here is that it's a female dancer Cypher Machine at 90% that will be disturbed here just a little bit, but that doesn't matter because first officer has been fully healed too.
Yeah, fully healed. 3 of them are really healthy. They can definitely go and rescue 7 for sure. Buy a little bit more time, but there is no last cipher at the moment, Kuro. So this is gonna be. Are they gonna totally commit to keeping 7 alive, or just rescue them? Support portal gone. Okay, they're trying to do.
We got the rescue.
Oh my god. The magnetic photo target.
I feel like for LX right there, he definitely could try go for the dash hit on towards first officer and either force out the half health or force out the pocket watch. But that's also okay. We want to guarantee that 1-man elimination. For LX right now, he's trying to go look around for the nearby survivors. Most likely we're trying to get rid of the lamp portal. But with that sadly failed dash shadow lead, we're going to be able to see Priestess at least. And with the Priestess here, yes, we don't have any portals remaining. That means this is going to be the most easiest chase for Opera Singer right now.
Oh, Sewi, I thought Sewi went through the portal, but no, she's actually on the floor, jumped down, and now she's out of sight, out of mind. So LX has to look for a different target. Rawfish happens to be nearby. Probably wants to set his aims towards the global portal here. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really troubling portal if he doesn't pick it out. But Rawfish in the vicinity. Wow, okay, waiting a little bit there. Sets his sight on Rawfish, hopefully trying to cook him. Probably that's the plan. Okay.
Didn't get hit over the window there, sadly, but the survivors here have also done a really good job with their rotations too. Last three Cypher machines are pretty far away. With Zed there decoding the Cypher machine as female dancer, she also does have a pocket watch herself, so she can contain for a tiny bit longer. 52% Cypher machine, it's okay. Priestess and First Officer on another Cypher machine themselves. S-Pallet right there will be filled with remnants, but that doesn't matter because we still have so much pallets left near this area alongside with a beautiful flywheel usage. But that hit it right over the palace.
Wow. The flywheel to just get through the pallets. Unfortunately gonna be hit by Elshia. Zed has to use the pocket watch. The female dancer has changed her job. She's now the female officer. I don't know. Wait,
well, you know what? That will absolutely work. Because you know what happened there? Female dancer utilized her own body to cancel out the shadow leap, which made it go into cooldown and allowed herself to buy even more time. But it seems like she will be going down here immediately. But thankfully, Cypher Machine at 70% will guarantee this tie game on MST's side. Priest is not having a portal though for endgame support, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we should be able to get one during exit gauge opening time.
Yeah, this is a very uncharacteristic game, right? Like, it's almost 7 minutes and they've decoded all 7 ciphers, actually. So, right now, Kuro, seems like Sewi will be on rescuing duty, coming really, really close. Has one more portal to work with. Let's see if he's able to avoid the Terra Shock, rescue successfully. We've seen a lot of mishaps happening at this chair, by the way.
Yeah, Bush. Get a hit there just yet. We're gonna go look for a female dancer here. Female dancer hitting out a little bit more just so she can rotate a little bit easier. But right now there's still one pallet nearby in that area, so you have to break that before you actually go chase after Zed. We're gonna flank open here inside and get a Terror Shock down. Lingxie will not have enough time. He decides to share the female dancer right here. We decide to teleport back immediately with Shadow Dance and seeing the priestess nearby without any items remaining, but the pallet is still left unbroken, untouched. Portal still left to use, and it seems like priestess is gonna be able to get away from this area.
Oh my god, another pallet in the way of Elshia. How many pallets does he has to deal with? Come on. Rawfish still forcing the gate. And the female dancer is going to use the exit path. Oh my goodness.
We're still one pallet left here. First officer still does a pocket watch, 76% exit gate decoding progress here, but first officer wants to go back, wants to look for more 5 seconds, definitely enough with the did we get a hit? No, we got the hit. Okay, can we get out first officer? 94, 96, we might drop down right here with 97 opening. With a pick up on the wait, okay,
careful, dodge it. Yeah, look left and right, ladies and gentlemen, before crossing the road. Elshia, this might be the opening. Wow, it was really, really fortunate that he managed to get the first officer here, because it seems like Zed and Zawi was giving Elshia a really, really hard time. But with that second gate being open, seems like we are going to a BO3. Bamboo sticks that he has left in tight corners, swiping efficiently.
That's gonna give them a huge chance for 3-man escape.
And the picks here by Persica. Alright, Persica's coming in. Okay, moving the main body while unleashing the Revenant. Everyone's rotating towards their respective stations, just wants to keep out of sight, except for the Prospector, who's actually still nearby. There's one pallet down here, but Pablo CG is going to be passed by Persica. Persica does not even want to commit to Aeroplanist, making a beeline towards where Daikiri is. Prospector seems to be the choice. So how much do you like this first target, Kuro?
With this vault over the window, that's not what you really should do, but that's going to be a very good renovation screen from Yitian. Right now, we can just get it out and see how it goes, but like with Yitian here, we can definitely do a very good sandwich situation. Very nice number Prospector, but that does not matter. We have the second magnet ready here as well, but you're not going to be able to cancel out this revelation here, Sally. As Persica is looking, we didn't get a scream there, but we did get a brilliant pushback. But it does not matter. As Persica, one more scream, very nicely done, and that's going to be a hit register. Can we get the face of Prospector from Embomber here? I wonder. Prospector. If we can't, that'll be for the best. But with a blink open right here, sadly, Prospector with no flywheel will be going down here immediately.
Beautiful. Did not really take a long time. Trying to make use of the strongest terrain, the strongest position in Leo's memory, but looks like the strongest area has become the worst nightmare for RB because Dakiri is going to end up in the basement, and it looks pretty good so far for Persica. Persica's slaying at the moment.
Definitely. We see Mercenary on his rotation way in here, as well as Sunrise will be given towards this Hunter. But from the Survivor side, we've only 1.5 Cypher Machine down, but that doesn't matter. Persica going back here immediately. We're trying to see where Mercenary is coming from, so then we can leash and leave teleport back. So that's very nicely done. No damage rescue from the Merc. But it seems like we cannot body block here anymore, as Mercenary will be the one that actually has to give Tinnitus here near middle, just so Persica doesn't change targets once again. Because like, if he continues to do that as the IV, then Survivor's decoding progress would be really slow, especially when you're almost max presence here too.
Yeah, and the coffin onto Dakiri, right? I mean, that's really nicely done. The distance from the last effort is gonna allow him to run even further away, so I guess no point in committing back towards where the... Oh wait! towards making a beeline. Wait, no! With the help of the Revenant, he's going to be able to close the distance almost instantly, Kuro.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate there, but thankfully, you know what, the good thing is thankfully that he didn't get any corruption transferences right after the teleportation. For Prospector right now, it's gonna be really hard to actually contain IV max presence, but if we do get the stun here, it would change quite a bit as well. Can we get a stun? We did manage to get a stun. As long as Prospector can contain for 20-30 more seconds, it should be a guaranteed tie game here for us now.
Yeah, I mean, Dakiri is doing a great job containing Persica now. The rebound kite is looking really, really good. And with the help of the magnets, and he still has one more magnet to work with. So avoiding the fear possession, avoiding the teleport into the fear build-up is really, really good by Dakiri. And the ciphers, 3 of them has been done throughout the entire duration. It's only 3.5 minutes, but the fear at 100% is going to bring Dakiri on voluntarily towards the direction of the shadow. Persica's gonna get Prospector down, and that's it. Prospector's out of here. It's gonna be 3v1.
Yes, Prospector did a really good rebound kite there though, but the only slight issue there was we got the revelation screen, which forced Prospector to not actually use his magnets or else he'd be stunned anyway. But with the corruption transference right here, we did get a 40% stack. It seems like Embalmer will be blinked open, and we still do have Yetian's revelation screen here as well. The moment we catch up is the moment we get Embalmer down here. No confident Embalmer, but the Cypher Machine is pretty healthy right here, as it can still guarantee that tie game. Embalmer will be going down here.
This is so annoying, right? Especially when you're playing against an IV, and then all of a sudden you're playing tunnel vision, and then why is my body moving towards the hunter? Okay, the fears build up at 100%. Best hunter iteration of the horror genre. But now another hit, one hit onto Pablo, allowing for allowing for the rescue to happen, and he's gonna change targets to Pablo.
Seems like we want to get down here on the aeroplane so we can lock that last 92% Cypher Machine, as we do here as well. Felshap did drop down his coffin there as the Embalmer, but now we need to go look for another Cypher Machine. If the Shack Cypher is actually at 37%, it wouldn't be too bad, because if we do immediately change targets, that's actually still okay. We're going to be able to lock, but we're not going to teleport out here. With the rescue coming from Mercenary, let's see, it's going to be a good rescue, but the hit will still register on the aeroplane stairs, sadly.
Wow. Okay, the Cypher's not going to be done in time. He's just going to bring towards where Tonkatsu is. Oh, and Bama is also at 100% fear, but fortunately he's very, very far. So Pablo ZG is going to be chaired a little bit further away, so that allows for the manifestation. Yeah, at this point he's channeling towards where Falshep is. The Cypher is still at 50% going on here. So what's the game plan here though?
If Mercenary had an extra elbow pad, he definitely could have came in to rescue. From the Cypher Machine came in to rescue an elbow pad immediately for the pops, right? But sadly, we don't have that right now, so it's only Embalmer who can prime the Cypher Machine right now. We're going to be able to see 100% stack, but it's not going to be enough. It's okay. We can take the Terror Shock. Don't worry. Keep touching the chair. We can take the Terror Shock. That's going to be hover away from this area, and the Cypher Machine is almost primed. But it seems like we want Mercenary to prime himself. Meanwhile, the Embalmer is going to go to the other exit gate. Right now, we're going to wait. We're trying to play as much time as possible. We're going to be able to get a vault over there, but it does not matter as we do have Palace Speed Boost as well. We're going to be able to run away. Misses the hit right there. Very nicely done by Pablo. Knowing his strengths and limits right there, we're going to be able to rotate, and that's going to be a very good pop from the Mercenary. We're going to be able to get rid of the artifacts, but sadly, it does not matter.
Not to mention, Persica still has a trump card ready. He can change it to teleport straight away, and he has the tombstone to teleport as well. So this is looking really, really. I mean, that's the coffin as well. If Mercenary gets wait.
We were out. But the coffin is also gone too. Mercenary's still on the ground. Now the only issue is how long can Aeroplanist stay stationary until crows catch up to him? We're going to be able to see Mercy from the other side, but the moment we leech on towards Mercy, we can bring ETM back and put it near the exit gate. But then Aeroplanes can take that into account and then get out. It seems like we did not get ETM back, but Mercy did stand back up.
Then he can just go back again. Wait, no, he's just gonna chair. He doesn't want to risk rolling towards the dungeon, right? But there's no. He has teleport! But no! The Aeroplanist is already at the exit gate, and Persica.
There's another side with the patch notes that's going to be coming out soon as well. It's the fact that when you get Embalmer's Coffin throughout this game right now, if Gardner cannot contain, which is highly unlikely, we are going to be able to make our win in here, as we do see the Gardener is going to spawn right behind Shaq. We're going to push our walks in towards the middle to lock the Cypher Machine here, as we do see some of it did actually manage to land. Gardener rotating back towards Moongate Runes here. Waxard is a little bit of a small flower persona, which top down confined space detention alongside with Berserker, Rage, Mischievous, and of course Wanted Order. Gardner might actually get Mind Game right here, but it seems like she won't buy it anytime soon.
Yeah, Sawi having the awareness, the presence of mind, knowing that the hunter might bait the red light. Sawi making it through the pallet. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The fade away swing was handled by the Gardener's shield. Okay, put to full use, no problem. But Sawi here is probably gonna run out of pallets really soon to kite here. Once all of these pallets are broken off, once he gets one hit, probably has to move on to the other.
We got hit right over the pallet, very nicely done, and we wax but already here as well. We just we didn't go through, but it's also okay. It's only 2 stacks of wax, and we did manage to recover really fast right there. LX 70 seconds down on towards this Garter, and Warp is actually still available.
Wow, Alex. Nah, doesn't even need to use the warp, doesn't even need to use any trade. It's just like, yeah, I missed the bomb, it's fine. And that's exactly what you were talking about, right, Kuro? The terrain making it hard to land certain shots. The bomb was hindered by the wall, so... but yeah, fortunately, Alex was able to come back with a few splatters in the end. Now Rawfish seems to be coming to action. Actually, 2 of them are coming.
We probably want to see if we can allow Gardner to rebound Kai right here, but we're going to be able to get a normal hit there, thankfully. With that pallet and that window now being blocked, Gardner only having a little bit left here to play with, but also Waxard is having only 100 stacks of wax here left for himself to use. Can we get a charge on that hit? We couldn't, but that's okay. If we can lock that pallet, there's nowhere a Gardner can go aside from Shaq. But it seems like we might be able to play around here for a little bit longer than we expected, and that's another normal-ish down.
Not too bad, not too bad. Oh, the warp straight away, trying to hinder the heal perhaps, and Rawfish! Wow! Beautiful path right there, just going straight away from the side of the hunter. Yeah, I definitely love this. And with the help of the Barmaid's Dublin happening behind the scene, Mercenary's gonna get healed up, Seven's just gonna be like, yep, back to decoding duty, or perhaps... yeah, back to decoding duty. And Rawfish probably trying to look for a second rescue onto the Gardener. But do you think they should commit towards a second rescue here? Or...
I think they should. Right? I think they should, because Warp has been used, right? They should,
Okay.
because like warp has been used, which means Coordinator can give gun support and allowing Gardner to go towards 2-story, which allows her to rebound Kai. But it seems like the survivors aren't going to be able to take advantage of this because of wanted order
Yeah.
on the Cordy. But you see, the thing with there is, right, if we still have warp remaining and even Cordy comes into gun support, then that means that, oh, Gardner can't rebound Kai because we can just catch up immediately with warp. But like, if we don't have warp left, yes, there's going to be a huge chance of Mercenary being able to get the rescue, Coordinator being able to give the gun assist, and Gardner able to rebound Kai. But it seems like we won't be able to do that as Mercenary here will be coming in for the second containment.
True. And probably the fact that they only had one cipher done has something to do with it as well. And the distance as well. Rawfish has to be really careful. There's only one pallet left here to play with. Definitely does not want to give that free hit to the Hunter here. Oh no, again! The fadeaway hit! How many times are they gonna fall for that?
Oh
That
no, it
hurt.
seems like right now we're gonna be forcing away our last elbow pad. But with this last elbow pad force out, I think we did manage to get a little bit more wax on. Hot wax will be open right here. 2 Cypher machines remaining, and Cordy probably will be the one that has to come into rescue. Oh, we did manage to block off the way! And Merc will go down.
Wow. LX showing us how the wax artist is actually cooking in this map. I mean, not too bad. 3 ciphers have been done. The last 2 has less than 50%. But he's already gotten the second person down, and everyone is so far away. Wow, no hesitation. The warp straight away, blocking the cipher. Not going back just yet. Probably not.
Seems like we
not
want a
even gonna
map
set the
control. Yeah, we want a map control instead for LX right here, but Barmaid is at max health. They can start opening their new cipher machines here as well from Merc's point of view. This might not be a really good exchange here for LX, especially with the fact that Barmaid did manage to rotate away pretty fast, and I do think it's the distance here from Warp Plateau which allowed Barmaid to react at a bit of a faster pace.
Yeah. The last pallet has been broken, ladies and gentlemen. Skibidi7 needs to run from this area. He has a doublet to work with, but he's not going to get hit. There's 81% wax onto him, so might not be a wise idea to use wax here at all. And it shows.
Oh, did we got it? That blindish is amazing from Alex right there. You see, the thing with Alex right now is how amazing he is with his mind games and, you know, red light control. It's the early game with the Gardener. Okay, we bait the Gardener thinking we're gonna run left, but instead we're gonna go through the pallet instead and then get even more of a wax onto you and to guarantee the hit. Because like in the Moongate runes, it's really hard for you to get any wax on. And right now, Alex wants to lock the cipher near Merc, but with Coordinator wanting to come in for the rescue, that's going to be 3 survivors at half health if Cordy actually comes in. We might actually be able to see a little bit of a damage control here now.
Yeah, the thing is, no one's doing the cipher. Only one person's doing the cipher, so even after this rescue is going to happen. Okay, the gun onto the wax artist, allowing the barmaid to use up the double lane and getting the heal a little bit more. LX might be in a pinch here because Rawfish has finished the cipher, could easily come for a body block if needed. Actually, no, it's not a good idea. It's going to be at full health anyway, so Coordinator is just going to head back to the cipher. It's already at close to 70%. And LX realizing this is like, oh my goodness, Barmaid's at full health, Mercenaries nowhere to be found. The only target left is decoding the last cipher. So I guess I really don't have any choice, eh? So LX going back to this cipher. Wow, the last 2 ciphers are actually just next to each other.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. We're going to be able to see Cordy here, 100% wax, which is really nice there, and that's going to be immediate down right here. Cordy target change might actually not be too bad for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1 being the fact that survivors don't have much items left against this wax artist, and reason number 2 is we want to force the new cipher machine open here from the survivor side. Middle cipher machine seeing that it's shaking, we want to lock it and then wait for warp to be ready. As long as we do have warp, you know, we kind of learned something from game 1. Not from game 1, from, you know, Santi's game as the wax artist. It was that one warp that we're missing, and therefore LX, he knows himself. It's that one warp I'm missing for that 3-man elimination instead of the tie.
And this is also one of the parts that I love watching, you know, where the wax artist constantly blocks the cipher, and it's like, I want to decode, why are you blocking my cipher? Oh, the hit, okay, missing.
Oh, he did.
Rawfish, do not get terror shock. Okay, nice, and rescuing before half as well. Beautiful job. Rawfish going down, and again, the cipher has been blocked. Rawfish is gonna go down. Seven is wondering, how long do I have to suffer like this? How long
Yes.
do I have to suffer like this? Oh no!
But, you know,
And coordinator is not even at the last Cypher, is looking for an item probably. And who else can come for the rescue? Only Seven can, but the Cypher is being blocked constantly.
yeah, and you know that perfume is not going to be able to do much as well, especially against Hot Wax. Can Barmaid actually come in, or will Cordy be forced towards a corner? Barmaid's going to be able to get it right here. Okay, that's fine, because whoever gets it right here, it does not matter. Mercenary has a second Titan flank for himself, and Barmaid here having Dumpling Speed Boost is going to be able to run away, but that's going to be a Hot Wax. That's going to be a hit. Can we win the Speed Boost? We didn't beat the Dublin Bush. The Cyber is 95. Can we lock it? Do we lock it? We didn't lock it. The Cyber is going to be able to open, and we don't have Warp.
Oh my goodness! The last minute failed block, and Z making a beeline for the second floor block, and the ward has been used up. Z is gonna go down. Alex is gonna be, yeah, he's gonna be able to down the coordinator, trying to block off the moon gate, but it doesn't really matter because both Masonry and the Barmaid are at the front gate. So MST clutched the draw in Raven's map. For a moment there, I don't know, Kuro, it felt like it was gonna be Alex's game to take.
It's a little bit unfortunate.
By the wax bomb. And for that one moment, he actually missed that one wax bomb. Which
Forcing the survivors out from the triple cipher machine. The last reward's second stop and try to get a terror shock hit down onto her side. Reptilian here, it's gonna be a little bit hard for the chase, but it seems like we're looking for Sawi, who's the psychologist here, as first chase. Let's just see if Reptilian can jump in here. We can't jump in, okay, never mind. We're able to find the cycle here immediately.
You can!
That's a hit!
My god, sorry, I just got
No, it's fine, but like with that first hit though, it's very surprising because I thought that you would actually get hit on towards the roof, but going towards second stop right here, as we do see Hunter's Persona, it's going to be thrown into detention alongside with Wanted Order and Berserker 2, catching up towards the cycle here relatively fast. A peeper on our Reptilian as well.
Yeah, bro knows how to jump, that's for sure. That's the answer to your question. Sawi, probably gonna take one hit here. Gonna go through the window, but Sawi has already lost the stress, and this is gonna be super intense. I don't think the tram's ready, right? Is the tram ready?
It could be. No, it is ready just there. Barely enough time for Psychologist to get out. But Reptilian, only 50 stacks of energy. If we use the energies to jump towards Psycho, we might not have enough to actually get her down as fast as we thought we could.
Smart move. Placing the peepers, you know, sending a little bit of door gift for Rawfish before pursuing the psychologist again. I mean, I don't see any point of not chasing the psychologist again, right? So, psychologist in this really tight corner, let's see if it was a fluke jumping. Oh, the second one did not connect, but it's fine. Close the distance between the hunter and the survivor. Sawi, will she be able to make it through? Fade away hit.
Ooh!
The through hit. Yeah.
That was brilliant. You see, the thing that here is right. Psychologist did go into two-story, right? And who was in two-story? It was Embalmer. But seems like Embalmer still hasn't given the coffin towards Psychologist just yet, or maybe we haven't seen the face of Psycho. But as long as Psycho gets this Titaner rescue here, we can just immediately coffin right afterwards as well. Depending on how Merc does here, if it's a blow down situation, Survivor Cypher, which is decode in progress, would be very slow too.
Yeah, it's really slow. And not to mention now, he can just leap through. He can just leap. Okay, one leap, two leap, one smash! Oh my god! Double kill right there! LX, Evil Reptilian, managing that stomp. This is the definition, guys. So if your English teacher asks you what's the meaning of killing two birds with one stone, this is it, guys. This is it. Okay, so Sawi, with the help of last effort, gonna try and make herself towards the corner, facing the wall. Does not want to face the hunter. Yeah, just buying a little bit more time here, but beautiful job so far by LX. Foiling, not for the rescue, but definitely did damage to the teams here.
Yeah, The Acrobat will be coming in from the back right here just to lose sight of Evil Reptilian. He should be able to make it in towards the rescue as the Survivor Cipher Machine decoding progress is actually pretty fast. It seems like Embalmer did not actually see the face of Psychologist right here, so that's going to be the most unfortunate part of this series. Because if we did, then Psycho could have had such an amazing rebound kite, especially with the fact that Peepers has been placed all around the map right now. If Embalmer gets, not Embalmer, if Acrobats gets next chase right here, it probably wouldn't be too bad for MST, but it seems like we're going to be able to find them immediately. Can we get a crash right here? No, we did not.
Yeah. The coffin is finally utilized, I think. Will he be giving the coffin away? No, not really. And as you can see, it's already close to 4 minutes, and the Mercenary has yet to finish his cipher. That one peeper has definitely made a lot of difference, right? And now Acrobat with that one hit. The hit! What happened? He slammed through the roof! Alex, he slammed through the roof on top of 7 just as he was about to leave. He's like, nope, you're grounded. You're not going anywhere. Curfew's up. And just like that, who's gonna come and rescue? And this is the last cipher that wasn't even complete yet.
We got the dog flywheel. The flywheel was brilliant there from Embalmer's side, just about on time as well, because we thought it was going to be a drop down, but no, we immediately crashed down right the next second afterwards. But going after Embalmer right here, can we get a crash down? We did get a crash down, very nicely done. The pallet is gone, but we missed a hit there, but it's still okay. There's only one pallet left here for the Survivor to use. We got the rescue on the Acro, but hey, we didn't get a hit on Zed just yet. We're going to see if we can get this one right now. No, we didn't. We're going to jump and then crash down once again, but sadly, Pallet Speed Boost is going to be able to buy us way more than enough time.
Yeah, Zed is doing amazing here, like dodging the hook. Yeah, he did not manage to dodge the first lead, but the second one, buying so much time, and now MST taking their time to heal each other. Okay, missing. One more! Slam! And Z flew away because of the impact, and now he's gonna be on the chair, but there's a coffin in case he wants to rescue himself. Is he gonna rescue himself? I think so, right? I think so. Yeah, he's gonna have to rescue himself. Everyone's too far away. He does not want to waste time there. And 7 is gonna start a new cipher near the first station. LX. Wow, they're really fighting hard against LX here. Kuro.
It's a tiny bit hard for LX right now, especially with the fact how sparse the cipher machines are located at. But if we can't see Mercy, it will be a little bit of a different story. Is Mercy? We're still crouching. And we're going to go for Acrobat here instead. Survivor should be able to finish off the cipher machine. But what we've learned today is Reptilian jumps faster than an Acrobat, and we missed that crash down, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, would it be better to initiate? Okay, let's put a hold on that. You teleport straight to Rawfish Cipher. Gonna use up the last pad with a slam hit. It does connect, and LX one hit away from finishing Rawfish, and that's gonna do it. Zed is also running away from the area itself. Oh my goodness, guys, this is the Flying Lizard we're talking about. Yeah, closing in the distance so well. And look, the 7th cipher is going to be decoded. Everyone's injured. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this, Kuro. What do you think are the chances of MST to get the ciphers pop here?
You see, the thing here is right. The MST can get the cipher machine done, but we have now one issue. Mercenary half health, no items, no self-heal. And if we target Mercenary down immediately right after Cypher Machine pop, you, as we're telling here, has 70% stack of energy, which means the crash down shouldn't be too much of an issue for yourself. But then with the Acrobat coming in to rescue and Bomber's already at the X game, maybe we can still go for it, but we get a crash down here, it'll be a little bit of a different story. You know, Flywheel bought too much time there. Flywheel bought so much for the Acrobat, but because of that Flywheel, can we get this drop down? Got the mud ball instead.
No. Just wait. There's only 20 seconds left before the cooldown of the skill. Mercenary is down on the ground. Yes, okay. What?
Up.
Wow.
Missed it.
Yeah, running into the hunter itself. The best camouflage ever. Okay, now he's making his way towards the end. The back of the gate. 2 survivors are still running. Oh no! Hitting the roof this time. But Embalmer seems to be the choice. And Alex still has teleport to work with. Has to be really careful. And Balmer, it's up to you now to buy time for your teammates. The jump? No.
Very nice flywheel!
Wow!
That bought us way too much time here, and the failed jump there from Matillion, a bit unfortunate. Cooldown didn't go into reset right now. As we thought that there was someone right behind us, we need to wait for another 3 seconds until we can jump, but there's no crash down just yet because we don't have enough energy. It didn't stop that jump as well.
Oh my goodness, Zed! Buying so much time! This is not Balmer, guys. This is Chad Balmer. Chad Balmer. Finally gonna go down, but it's okay.
Down, but the exit on the other side is almost gonna be open 60% right now. Acrobat's the one opening it, but where is Mercenary? Mercenary getting an ult pad right there. That's okay, but Mercenary's very close to its middle. Gonna teleport over. And Acro jumps.
Oh my god!
Acro stuns.
Yeah! Bro! They're feeding LX with the pallet mukbangs. Wow, what an amazing play so far. And now it looks like the Mercenary might even be able to make it to the rescue. Will he? Yes!
He did, but we jumped instead of normal hitting right there. The flywheel coming out from Acrobat, very nicely done. From LX right there, it's a little bit unfortunate. If we got that charge attack hit out instead, maybe it would be a little bit more different, but it seems like we're going to be able to get it on towards Acrobat, but Bomber has a coffin.
Oh, it's not gonna be in time. I think he needs a little bit more time just to get the coffin up.
They gave it to Mercenary.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? We made it out together. We're brother in arms. We made it out together.
Yeah, definitely for sure. And I think especially with the fact that the moment we found where Mercenary is and getting Mercenary properly, because if you do it too early, flywheel is only 0.3 seconds, right? Force Corgi to not come back towards this area ever again. Now, of course, if we let's see, we're going to be able to see Kowalski Gamekeeper right here, and our first choice seems like it will be the Psychologist at the end of the day as well. So Psycho being able to get upstairs here. Persica, we won't be placing traps down anytime soon, but from the Persona points, as we do see, it's going to be Trump Card Detention, Wish, Impulsive, Berserker, and Wanted Order.
True. Like, it manages to close out the distance so fast because of that 2 free folks in the beginning. Now, Foul Tap! Closing the distance, wow! That one hook, and he will still be able to hook after this. That frame of time, see, super important. Oh my god!
Second. We should have known that, but right now in this case scenario, you can't just take the roller coaster. But it seems like Psychologist decides to do it instead. Is the second stop opened? I wonder. Gravekeeper was decoding, so I guess in that case scenario, they're already on their way out. We do see where Gardener is, but are we going to change targets for the Gardener instead? No, it's going to be Felshap here as third stop, but we're running towards the same direction as where GK is coming from. But we do see with the crow's indication there, thankfully.
Wow, the blink straight away. Nope.
We could.
Oh my god, Felchap's like, no, I'm not gonna get hooked this time. Doesn't even need the blink.
Flywheel, very nicely done. We get the ball over, but the blink.
Nicely done. Persica showing people why you should fear the Bane Keeper right here, and just like that, 3 hits, even with the help of the second stop being turned off, going to the 3rd floor, doesn't really matter because now Daikiri's Cypher's gonna be disrupted. Okay, missing that hook, that's important. Daikiri still has a gun to work with. Is he gonna use the shot here, or is he gonna rescue first and use the shot? Because okay, it doesn't really matter. He's just gonna use the shot here. Yeah, wants to give Spellchap the time to run away further, but you just shot Persica. He's mad. He wants you. He wants you right now. He doesn't really want the Psychologist anymore. And you know, you gotta pay. You gotta pay when you shoot the Bane, and that's exactly what Daikiri is paying for. Persica gonna chair the coordinator instead. But it does mean that Felchap, oh my god, I was about to say Felchap's gonna be home free, but the wanted order on Felchap as well. Oh my god, this is so bad.
Yeah, for at the moment that Trump card changed to teleport, maybe we can go for the immediate teleportation on towards the Psychologist, but for the survivors right now, they're at a really good spot. Why? They 3 Cypher Machines on, and this is Coordinator's first time on chair. If we do decide to sell the Coordinator, then that means that you would have more than enough time to actually go for a tie and maybe overtime, but no damage rescue, very nicely done. That's going to be a hit on Coordinator, but it does not matter. It seems like we want to get a rescue here to actually reset the wanted order from Psychologist. With a vault over, that's going to be a hook back here, sadly. And
Nice.
Persica is going to be able to maintain her momentum here as the gamekeeper, but Dakiri, knowing that he's down a little bit further away here. Now the good question is who this order is going to go to.
Better not be the psychologist again. Felchup's probably gonna cry tears on reverse a tear.
Okay,
And it's gonna go back to him. It's gonna go back to him. It's like, give me a break. I just survived the onslaught. And Tonkatsu, shout outs to you. Whoever mentioned that Tonkatsu got you hungry, because he definitely got me hungry as well. But Persica coming back with the help of the hook, trying to camp, and now Dakiri all of a sudden, yeah, he's gonna be he has his last share right here. Gardener needs to make something happen. Continuously using the hooks is gonna slow the survivors, and maybe that's the point. Pablo ZG!
We're trying to get Bubble off right now. We did! We got the rescue. Can we get the body block? We did manage to get the body block right there from the hook, but can we? No, we didn't. Wait. Last Cypher's at 72% now. Last Cypher's 72%. 20-second tighter time right now. Can Gardner go in to heal, or Gardner's gonna go harass instead? This is very nicely done by Gardner, because if we drop down, we might be able to immediately actually might be able to pop here. 91% Cypher Machine now. And Gardner did get the chair down.
Wow, what a move by RV. If the moment he puts RV down and fixes the chair. Oh, there's another chair here. How can we forget? They're just gonna pop straight away. Doesn't really matter. But the threat is not over. Persica still has trump card to work with and the teleport to work with. Oh, he's gonna use. What? Yeah, he's just gonna.
Did we go over? Didn't go over, but it's a bit hard for Gardner to actually get out of this area. We see Dungeon as well as near second stop. That's a brilliant hook, and nice bubble.
Pablo, there's no hook. Will he be able to make it through? The dungeon is just there. Yeah, he's just gonna commit towards the fourth stop, but then Persica's hook will be ready, and I feel like it's gonna be really hard. He's like, hello, someone call for an Uber. I'm your Uber driver today, and you're not going anywhere. Coming, you are, and it's gonna be a draw over time, Kuro. What a stroke of persistence here. Oh wait, there's open, no chair. Okay. Still happening. There wasn't really any extra ciphers being decoded right there. Everything was pretty much. There's a Gardener as well in the corner, like to force.
Yes, we do see that first after response right ahead of the Anne. For Anne right now, we are facing towards. We are facing towards Barmaid, and we'll be catwalking towards Barmaid here as well. Barmaid rushing herself straight towards that window. Meanwhile, still looking at whether Anne is going to come for her or not. Seems like our Barmaid will be able to bring Windows speed boost here too, alongside with the persona traits, confined space detention, and Berserker, Rage, Mischievous, and announcement there too for endgame.
So that means there would not be trump card available for the late game. I like this, breaking the two pallets before pursuing, taking her time. You know, the disciple is patient. The disciple is patient. The cats are like hunting dogs, but they are cats. So still looking for the first target, seeing some blood trails, probably thinking, nah, that's not the type of blood I want to chase. So I'm gonna chase Sawi, go back to the initial target, and Sawi revealing herself and putting down the pallet. Sawi, will she be able to make it to the pallet? The answer is yes.
But we did manage to get the burst out here immediately. So what Anne's gonna do is to wait before we hit, and then try to cut it and warp in.
Nice. Or just use the cat.
We could. Swoop is just ready. Swoop just got ready. We don't have Flywheel. Of course, the Smoke Dolphin Speed Boost came true, but one warp is going to be able to take it all away right here. One jump. The bees came true just on time for MST.
And that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to be violent to be a harasser. That bee just gently pushing the hunter away. And look, Sawi's at full health. Alex still not getting the first down yet. Sawi at full health, mixing the Dublin. She's good to go, Kuro. She's so good to go.
Yeah, definitely. That B was really not expected from our side too. We thought the Entomologist was decoding, but no, the B support coming in just to counter the jump and the warp from Anne there as well. With no warp remaining, Barmaid definitely would be able to utilize the 5% encouragement from the cheerleader. And of course, with the bees here, once again, you will not be able to jump out as easily as you thought you would.
Okay, block you. It's fine. It's fine. I'll sacrifice the bees. Anything for Sawi, the barmaid. But now enough is enough. I'm gonna go for someone else. And Rawfish seems to be the target. Alex trying to cook Rawfish right here. And the first hit's gonna be onto Rawfish, wasting one part of the health and also one watch. And now changing targets to Z. He's like, you think you're funny, huh? With the bees, huh? You think you're funny? I'm gonna chase you now. And doesn't matter. Sawi is gonna be the one doing the decoding now. Still 5 ciphers remaining, but Z, changing targets now. So do you agree with this decision?
It's a bit hard here. We do have Warp Ready really soon, but there's two main issues. Issue number one is 3 minutes in towards the game. 30 seconds until accelerated decoding has started, and we do see that first officer is now getting healed. We're going to be able to utilize encouragement speed boost here coming from Cheerleader, but it seems like Alex is a little bit lost on mind. You're not knowing who actually to chase because of the entomologist bee disturbance there. With no bees left on Ento. Swoop is only 5 seconds remaining, but that 5 seconds will allow her to get towards the window.
Yeah, this is looking really, really devastating. Oh my god! Oh my god, I thought he would not be able to make it out. But hey, Z is gonna take that first hit. It's fine. Because the cheerleader is around to cheer him up. It's like, yeah, get the speed boost, my friend. Get the speed boost.
Oh, we missed it!
That's so devastating, Kuro! Oh,
Yeah.
using up the warp and the lead.
But in exchange for that, I guess we did manage to use a little bit of encouragement from Entomologist side, but even so, we're going to be able to get this done and then immediate hit down. Now, this is a really bad situation for Anne. We have 3.5 cipher machine done. The only way to actually at least guarantee the tie now for RV is going to be the failed rescue on the first officer here. But 5 second extra tie turner time, failed rescuing for first officer seems like it's going to be really hard unless you get that terror shock down.
Yeah, it's really hard. It really... Hey, but the one thing going on for Alex is at least the survivors have been using all of their resources, right? Okay, getting that stun. Where are you hitting? Actually manages to hit Rawfish. Even 7's here to cheer him up. Okay, careful. Careful not to get hit again. 7. Wait, no, it's Z. Oh, the Molly is gonna go down, unfortunately.
But then that means their cipher machine is open here though, Nell, so we can just start camping this cipher machine in this case scenario. First officer without any items left, we want to stop first officer in our tracks here. With a beautiful body block coming from Cheerleader, but that doesn't really matter because the cat will still be able to come back in this scenario too. We placed a guide on the run area.
Yeah, a little bit too short. The area did not manage to get into position. And 7 is just casually decoding there and be like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm just gonna keep decoding. All of us are safe and sound. Mistletoe team is really doing really great now. Even the cipher progress are going super, super fast, bro.
Yeah, with 2 jumps here, but it doesn't matter. We are going to be able to cancel it out with a pump puncher here. There will be a little bit of slow movement speed boost from the Cheerleader, but that doesn't matter. We've done a job.
Wow.
The cipher machine is now fried. Oh, wait! Tieable! Zed is nearby! Zed is nearby!
Borrow time!
Whoa, we got the jump out! Can we get a stun right here? We did a hit over the window. Okay, that is... you know, we got another 2. The good news is we got another 2, and we know that Entomologist has to use a self-heal, so we go back straight towards this Cheerleader to get her down, because Cheerleader does have Flywheel on her hands. Cheerleader getting up right here. We don't have Pom-Pom left on our hands. We're looking at Guide. We did manage to bring it back, and it did bite on towards Cherry. So, hey, wait,
what's going on? What's going on? You buying too much time? You allowing too much time? Wow! 7 is cooking right now, ladies and gentlemen. The flywheel from the cheer boost, speed boost, and now getting the way towards the pallet and making its way. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter. It's gonna stop short. But that kite was long enough for them to get Z up, and 3 of them are running towards the gate, bro.
Oh, if we cherish it, we might actually not be able to make it because of the animation into a Spectre now. It's a little bit unfortunate here, but they did manage to get out towards the gauge. Let's congratulate the tie game here from MST. Not the tie, 3-man escape, sorry.
Wow, 3-man escape. Change target towards the automotives, and it shows. Like, look, like the
slowly fade away. Unfortunate to chase after the other 3 instead. Okay, Night Tide's Bloody Queen here, which Novelist rotating towards the other side. Right now, we're trying to hide our footprints here as much as possible. But Persica did manage to see. We're going to be able to get a spot out here immediately. Let's see. The first hit will register. But you see, Novelist has Flywheel very soon as well. We're going to be able to catch up. But now the question is, when is the next mirror going to be able to register on towards this Novelist?
Yeah, and the thing is, he doesn't even need to be close by. And you can see Persica playing, like, he doesn't even need to be close by. He's just like maintaining distance, using the mirror, and using it to land far hits. And even if you use Flywheel, well, let's just say you wasted it. Okay, never mind. Okay, now, the speed boost, but the mirror's up. Oh my god!
Perfumer did get the body block.
That was so fast! That was so
Yeah.
fast! That's not Persica, that's Lappy. I don't know, maybe too soon to say. Yeah, too soon to say. But Persica, so far, 2 for 2 mirror hits against a Novelist that's supposed to counter the Bloody Queen.
Yes, but it also props to Persica here because she was the one that actually forced Novelist out of area as Puppeteer coming to rescue. We didn't force little Lewis just yet, but we're still trying to play around. We got the no damage rescue thankfully, and Puppeteer tanking that hit, not being able to utilize his doll because of the fact that you're doing tighter. But Dakili on the other hand,
Huh? The flywheel?
missing the flywheel.
Yeah, I think he got hit first and then he flywheels. So maybe a little bit of late reaction, but it's fine. Daikiri is gonna feed that last hit, making Persica a full presence Bloody Queen. And mind you though, all five ciphers are being moved, so maybe Raven has a game plan here, but Persica is gonna chair right in between these two ciphers. I don't know, man. Kuro, seems like a very hard duty to decode and rescue.
But we've abnormal on this Bloody Queen. Bloody Queen's gonna be looking for that normal here immediately, and that's one cipher down. Oh no.
The cipher screaming, no, you do not want to do that. Persica, nope. Yeah, he's gonna hit before the perfume ends. Yeah, just making sure everyone's damaged. Okay, nice. Getting hit. Okay, probably needs to body block right now. Okay, while the Novelist tries to siphon some change. Doesn't matter, Tonkatsu's just gonna go down, and the mirror's gonna be up. Mirror.
With the mirror here.
Oh, nice!
That's a changeover, but I don't think you're fast
not
enough.
nice.
Charge attack hitting, and that's immediate impulse of down. That's double down situation from Raven Survivor's side. The body block coming from Perfumer was not a bad plan, but the only issue there is you were injured right before you got the rescue there as well. Now then, with Novelist being returned back to the mainer, Perfumer will be next. The Survivor now will have to think how to go for this 3-man endgame 3-man escape.
Yeah, 3-man escape, fastest time as well. This is going to be looking super hard. It's 3 minutes, so they still have the opportunity to do all those. But the abnormal BQ and the spirit of Lati possessing Persica, I don't know, man. I feel like it's super, super hard. Persica, right now, all the mirrors connecting. And I don't know what to say about this, but Persica's turning non-believers to believers with a Bloody Queen.
Definitely, with such great foresight as from the Novelist here, and of course with the Composer is the one coming to rescue here instead of the Puppeteer. It's going to be almost enough for half. We're going to be able to get a rescue here, thankfully before half rescue, but no borrowed time, and of course Perfumer with 1 perfume left. There's only so much she can do. She can't perfume back right here, she decides to not to.
Yeah, Tonkatsu going down for reals. Persica's like, you kept me up this entire time. I'm gonna have some munch at Tonkatsu. You made me hungry. I'm gonna have my meal now. And the second abnormal crushing the second cipher. Oh my goodness. The second mirror onto Pablo. This is the second mirror. Okay, Pablo ZG, obviously as a puppeteer, you can tank a little bit more damage, but with that little health left, I don't think it really matters though, Kuro.
Yeah, can't heal him. He has to be the one that actually heals the Composer, and right now with Composer even tuning towards the chair, he won't be able to make it here sadly. As the mirror is now ready, right after tuning ends, we can immediately utilize the mirror to get Composer down, prepared to go down there, and it seems like it will be a guaranteed 4-man elimination here from Persica. Let's congratulate MST for winning against Ravens with that.
This is not the way Novelist could have been used
the obstacles along the way, and with game 4-8
at the very end. Congratulations, man. Definitely very well deserved. with slingshots or an AK. We're about to find out. Yeah, because But introduce you to the RVL Rival Esports Survivors and Hunter, a stranger.
And so is Mistletoe. I was really excited to hear what Santi Devil had to say, the lore behind the name.
In a spot below Persica. I mean, we've seen yesterday how
Round 1 first half, and we're seeing an opera singer from Perseca. Yesterday, we were able to see Perseca actually dismantle the mercenary. So now we're gonna see Schmitty actually take first kite, which he'd gladly take. So far, it's a 3-6 build, very standard build on opera singer. So Schmitty has to be very careful to make this rotation happen. He's gonna eat a regular hit just so that he can rotate safely to the second story of factory.
yeah, Persica's gonna continue pursuing. Again, it's a single lorong here, a single alleyway here, and that's gonna give a little bit of problem. Look at the distance that Schmitty has gained thanks to that hook onto the second floor. Wow, Persica still on pursuit. Schmitty has the windows to play with, another hook to work with if he wants to go towards the other side of the map. Look at Rival, Schmitty going up the stairs again.
Look at these rotations, man. Perseca is like just a mile behind her too. We're seeing now that he's just waiting. He's gonna set up a warp. This could actually catch him, but forcing him actually to go through the window. Now warp has been utilized already. Another grappling hook to the center. What rotations are we seeing here now?
Max distance rotation. That's what you're seeing. What a play by Schmitty, utilizing the max distance range. But wow, very risky. Pallet, but necessary. Very risky pallet vault, but necessary. But the Parashot's gonna land. Persica's gonna get Schmitty down finally. But Posh, 1.5 minutes in, and somehow 3 ciphers are almost done. That's really fast.
It is. I mean, that was, I would say, Perseca, great stuff. You know, really forcing Schmitty to an unconventional spot without warp. But the fact that, you know, they're still holding on by adding that cipher pressure is still a thing to behold. So now Roland is already set to go for this rescue, but they're doing two things at the same time. They're pressuring that cipher and pressuring this rescue. Now Roland has already used the elbow pad. He's going to eat a regular hit. And now the Tide Turner will carry Schmitty towards another part of this map just so that they can work on that cipher.
True, true. He doesn't even want to hit Schmitty yet. Okay. Procs the last effort. It's going to trigger... It's gonna trigger the speed boost for Schmitty a little bit. He's just gonna die at the corner here. Yeah, wants to buy a little bit more time, right? That's the common strategy by survivors. Yep.
And can I just say, I like this 3 Tide Turner strategies that they always utilize. Schmitty does have a Tide Turner as well, but you know, he's a patient. He can always use the hooks and has no more hooks. But the Gardener, Paul Blems, is gonna come in for that rescue. My leg now has his well, he's already here in the fear radius of this Hunter, but now gets that zap just to interrupt. Gonna teleport right back to see if anyone's pressuring, and Paul Blems is already here.
Nice. Paul Blems with the shield as well. Tries to use that shield to gain as much distance as possible. No hesitation at all. Just rescue straight away, because that's the point. Rescue, even if Schmitty gets hit, it's fine. Last effort is gonna help Schmitty in this, and he's heading straight to the basement, right? It's like, yeah, you don't have to drag me here. I'm here. I'm willing participant.
Don't worry. But the exchange there. So now Prisoner's gonna trade a hit just so that he can drop down a pallet, and Schmitty just making sure that his, you know what, he has to go all the way down to the basement just to chair. It's gonna provide a little bit of time for everyone to actually go for the cipher progress here. So it's looking kind of okay, but let's see how they play this mid game point of the game. So it's a 3-man mid game, 3 ciphers still remaining, 1 cipher is connected. Mercenary is gonna pop that that 3rd cipher, so it's still anyone's game here.
Yeah, Rival Esports should be really careful though, because 2 of them are injured. Roland's injured, Prisoner's injured, right? And Prisoner has no borrowed time. Even the Gardener has no borrowed time, so they have to be very careful for the late game, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for pointing that out, Nell. So, kind of a scary position to be in. We're already seeing that the connection has been disrupted. Warp is ready for Perseca to add more pressure to these survivors. They're split up, so they can't even heal. So this is very dangerous for the survivors.
Yeah,
so now we're going to
really
see Perseca moving around the shack area. We see a bit of hide and seek from Paul Blems. He might not get spotted out. Oh, he gets spotted out a little too early, and no bubble for him to work with. So now injuries across the board here. Now he's able to actually get a bubble.
Nice, the timing perfectly done. Problems has 3 pallets to work here with. Oh, he sees! No! He sees Problems! Problems hat was a little too showy, and Persica is gonna spot him straight away. Very, very aggressive, leaving the Gardener on the ground and teleporting straight away to where my lake is. Nice! Beautiful shot. Yeah.
That was really risky, but it really paid off. So now he's gonna try to shadow dance his way to close the distance with my leg. The flywheel and able to drop down the pallet. That was a risky exchange, but my leg still holding up here. Nice. Has 1 pallet to work with, forcing him to break it down. And now Roland working on that second to the last cipher. He's gonna need to buy more time, but it seems like Roland will get the attention.
Yeah, Persica not being tunnel vision at all. Wait a minute. Pat?
Wow.
Nice, beautiful presence of mind. Roland so far away, but no, Persica, you cannot play the distance game with Persica, and he's so close to the dungeon. Roland should try and run away from the dungeon as far away as possible, because no one here, I don't think anyone can rescue at all. Only Problems can with the shield, I think.
He could, but look, they're double decoding this cipher that is connected. And you know what? Rival Esports is no stranger to just sacrificing and going for just 1 person escape. So maybe that might be the play here, but it seems like the Gardener has already rotated away from that last cipher.
Oh, no.
And it seems like hopefully they're not going to get spotted out, but the connection has been broken already.
Beautiful play by Persica. Persica is on fire, especially after that 4K by BQ in the previous game. Now coming into this game fresh against Rival Esports. No one has borrowed time, and that's why they cannot risk going in for the rescue. And Roland's the one with borrowed time.
True, that is true. So Roland might just have to be the sacrificial lamb here, and the play seems like it's to feed that tinnitus, because the last cipher is actually right outside the basement, so it might be too risky to even push for this, since, like you said, no borrowed time on these 2 survivors. So they just need to pop it just to push for the exit gate. Problems is rotating away, and it seems like Perseca is still monitoring around this area. So the patience on these 2 teams is actually quite intense. Seems like they've established that connection, but he's just gonna stop it right at the 98% mark.
Yeah, super annoying, right? Especially when you have to, when the last cipher is exactly when the survivor is at, and then that's your last cipher as well. But it's okay, because my leg right now is going to be the person taking the kite. But mind you, there's no pallet here. Persica is just standing here. Problems! Probably gonna try and force the cipher. Okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Oh, he's still got the bubble to work with. The exit gates are not being touched. Paul Blems having an amazing kite so far, holding and hugging these pallets. Teleport is ready for him to use. Perseca wants to down him right away and teleport to the gate. Is he gonna do it? He's actually gonna try and go for more than just 3-man kill.
Oh my god, this might even be a 4K for Persica. My goodness, will MST be able to get the 4K? Because Rivals, Problems has no exit path.
He does not. He's already used it up, so now it's only a case of my leg to try and find a way out of this sticky situation. He practiced great discipline to actually provide enough distance for him to stay away from that exit gate. Doesn't matter if the tension is up or not, because he's already injured. He can't pick up a syringe anymore because it's too late for that, because 1 hit, he will be falling down. So how will Rival Esports get out of this situation? Because Perseca could have the game of his of IVT here if he's able to get a 5-point game out of Rival Esports.
Okay, here's the theory. Wait until Problems expire and just go for the dungeon. As long as you're interacting with something, touch the chest or something, the crows won't appear. It'll only appear when Problems is sent back. So maybe that. I mean, Persica has no idea. He has no idea.
He does not. The thing is, he's right across the dungeon. He's gonna have to make a Hail Mary play to make it all the way here. And Perseca is just roaming around. I think he's gonna spot out where the dungeon is. He's gonna teleport right away, and actually, he's gonna go for a save. Okay.
Nice.
Splitting the attention here, giving Paul Blems another sign of life. But now, we're gonna see Perseca didn't even spot out the Gardener.
Nice! And even if my leg goes down here, he still has exit path to work. So
True.
Gardener Problems is already going towards the back end, but be very careful because Persica already has teleport ready. Posh, this is nail biting.
It is. It is. Look at that. Problems tiptoeing around this area. We'll see if because he's already dead on share for sure. So, but the thing is, yeah, do you want to leave him to bleed out and use up his exit paths? Really stalling it out. We don't have any more detention here. Rivals Esports, their never say die attitude is being put on full display here, folks.
True, very true. Persica is still trying to stay within the radius of the middle while going towards the edge. Okay, the Nidus is gonna be proc. He knows that someone's here, but Mylek needs to buy enough time so that Problems will be able to open the gate and go and escape, right? So Mylek has one more charge to work with. Let's see if he puts it to good use.
Pre-dropping pallets, that's really smart of him, and now we see him use the windows. He's going to use teleport right away to spot out if Problems is here. Problems, he does have a bubble to work with, and also the dungeons here. The exit gate is not being pushed just yet, and now Problems has a pallet to work with. This is going to be very intense for him to hold and contain this hunter.
Nice! The pallet vault speed boost. Problems is buying so much time. Mylek might be able to open it.
Oh, okay, he had to go for that vault, and now is he actually going to go for that chair? We're going to see Mylek trying to open up the exit gate. There's no more teleport to work with, it looks like. Rival Esports, ladies and gentlemen, able to at least deny the 5-point game.
Wow, what a play. Persica, let me just say this. Persica was supposed to
forcing out the tide turners out of Schmitty. Sorry, not even Schmitty. He was
different spawn location. Persica took the one above. There you have it. No skins, nothing fancy, just pure OG skin. Wow, Oppressinger making a dash towards where the prisoner is. He's like, yeah, I know where you are. I'm going straight for you. I don't care if the elevation isn't as good. The stairs is not a disadvantage to me. I know what I want, and I'm going to get it no matter what. So Z is already making that rotation down the stairs as well. Prisoner going through the window, trying to catch up. But it seems like there's a lot of distance made by Z. So Z definitely have the awareness of mind to make that rotation away from the spot to avoid getting spotted out straight away by Sprinter. Sprinter caught up.
Yep, he did, and chased him out of the factory, which is super important, and now is establishing more distance away, so the transition isn't going to be that easy. So now already spent the spark, now Prisoner actually eating that hit, going to be transitioning away. Warp will be ready for Sprinter to work with to make this down happen, and he's actually running towards Sawi, who is the psychologist, so he has to be very careful. He flywheels a little too early, and Sprinter's able to down the Prisoner and chasing away Sawi from the Cypher.
If I was Sawi, I don't know, man. I feel like psychologists could have probably, since you're there, right? You might as well make the most out of it. You should probably just stand there, take the hit, and allow Prisoner to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the tough guy build, right? You know, they can tank those hits, even kind of threaten the pallet drop, but it seems like now the Cypher is being interrupted. Mercenary getting hit out early on here, and now we're going to see the Shadow Dance all the way back to the rocket chair, but luckily the save did happen.
The save did happen. Let's see if this is going to be enough to buy some more time. Okay, pause has been initiated. Yeah, what's gonna happen indeed. But we're gonna find out next because Sprinter is gonna break that pallet, gonna find Z. Z needs to get this. Oh, wow! The fadeaway attack. That's not the fadeaway attack. That's the I don't care
through. Yeah, walk through attack. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's one of those scary hunters that just is so confident in his plays, in the reads. So we're seeing that the psychologist went for the whistle onto the mercenary, but it seems like psychologist might be the next target here. So that's quite unfortunate, but we are going to see him leap back towards where the chair is. Note that there is no more tide turners. So whoever's going to make the save has to kind of carry this prisoner all the way till the mid-game point of midway point in this game, but it seems like they might go for a sacrifice play here because it's way too risky to even attempt a rescue.
See, Prisoner cutting them off left and right. Like he could have went for Sawi right there, right? But he chose not to. Oh, Merc taking that hit. It's fine. He wants to reserve that one pad for later on, but finally he's gonna use it anyway. So allowing him to get to the position where he can kite. But
Wow.
that hit!
Now
Sprinter!
you called it out. Like he's burning through the resources slowly but surely. Mercenary's health has already been dwindled down. No more elbow pads. No more tide turners. And actually, Mercenary's the only one. Wow, but able to get a pallet drop. Okay. So this is actually little signs of life, them biting back here. And now the support. I love the support. However, 3 ciphers still remain, so Sprinter is still technically in the lead here unless the psychologist can pop some ciphers to just add that pressure onto this hunter.
True.
Wow.
Okay. Fade away attack, but it's fine. 7 activated stall mode, so that's only a chip of damage. But Rawfish is gonna take the full damage and it's gonna go down for a second time. And this time he's just gonna run to the corner. No pallets to help whatsoever. And yeah. Oh well, at least that one single play, right? Helped MST survivors to get that 3rd cipher done, right? See? Oh. But
True.
I'm really worried about the 5th cipher. It's non-existent.
As of now, yes, and we still have to burn through a 51% cipher to be able to get to that. And now we're going to see 7 pop out early here. We're going to see him already into the puppet form just for him to be able to tank another hit, but it's a little too early. Hang on for a second here. He's going to try to force. Oh my god! The terror shock!
Sprinter, God! What a crazy play right there. The timing was on point, and Raw Fish is going to be rescued after half. No choice. Psychologist has to come in for the rescue. But what a play right there, Posh.
I love the discipline. He's actually moving the puppeteer away, and psychologist now having to tank that hit. We're gonna see him try and stuff this rescue. Mercenary, just farmed off the hit. Okay, like he always keeps a double down situation going. He's gonna force out exit paths. Nice discipline so far. Able to hit him through the pallet.
Yeah, that's super crazy. 3 survivors out on the floor. Mr. Sprinter, I want to drink your brand of water.
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Mr. NAEU president right there, guys.
Him and Dong Xuan, man, like I mean, they have the right to be like on the same keel at this point with the amazing plays we've been seeing. And you know what? People have been noticing Sprinter's talent in the server, but we're gonna see struggle free from the puppeteer, and now psychologist is up, so they're really not going out without a fight. Sprinter, nice usage of this skill on the side of 7.
Nice. The doll's gonna help him buy a little bit more time. 1 more hit to go. But honestly, 7 is the only one with exit path, right? Beautiful teleport back. And
yeah, it just seems like at this point it's just the back and forth exit path battle. So Sprinter's still kind of solidifying this checkmate situation. But you know what? You got to give it up to MST for them to be able to push this all the way to this point in the game is no easy feat, especially with their with the support that they tried to utilize there with the team fights. Now we're gonna see a hit through the window. Puppeteer does still have exit paths to work with, but we're gonna use a warp just to close out the distance. Puppeteer has already used up his exit path, so now Sprinter, it's only a matter of time before he's able to down this last survivor.
yeah, I mean 7. What? 7's the only one here left, and both of them has no exit path left anymore. That's the problem. Yeah, this is looking really hard. The kite's gonna be a little bit longer here, but what exactly can you do? The Terror Shock's gonna solidify it, and there you have it. 4K.
And it was already used up early on, so just textbook Sprinter performance with how well he played that.
Yeah, what a way to start off the finals, right? And
For 10 stacks, even do you have window or pallet speed boost, you're still gonna be there's something among us now. But you know, aside from that though, I do think more or less we're going to have to see what we can do after, you know, with this you know map pick. I would say more or less with MST, if I'm not wrong,
Sorry,
MST choosing. Oh no.
I'm just if Prod can hear us, we can't see the match, but I do see that in the replay that picks and bans are starting.
Oh, okay. So now we missed out on quite a lot. We did miss out on quite a lot right there.
We can only interpret through sound, but apologies because there is that delay. So we can't see what's ongoing right now. So hopefully Prod could help us out with this.
Probably Fool's Gold in the background from what I'm seeing. Probably Fool's Gold on the background from what I'm seeing. But like with a Fool's Gold coming out in no, from what I'm hearing. Sorry, wrong word. Hearing.
Oh, so Santi Devil's Fool's Gold is out. Oh my. So based on again, there's a bit of a delay. We do see that the Prisoner, Gardener globally banned, and also the Seer is and Lawyer got banned. So yeah, I can hear it is a Fool's Gold.
Yeah, I mean, just depending on how the match will go as well. Well, we're not gonna be able to see it, but we can somehow interpret it there as well. That I do believe Santi Devil seems like he did manage to get it down there with Blink, especially with first presence being opened there as well. But you know, like even with that in mind, if we're gonna talk about Fool's Gold, it's gonna be depending on how well we can utilize that first presence rock to get as much cipher pressure in as we can. But of course, even so, with that in mind, it seems like we did manage to get the rescue there as well, and more or less it's gonna be depending on what how the game goes right now. But we as casters still can't see just yet, so apologies for the inconvenience.
Yeah, again, we're kind of throwing out a lifeline to anyone that's listening in Mother Base. All we can see now is actually the picks already. It's the entomologist and coordinator, so we just gotta listen to that flare gun that will happen. But give us a few seconds, folks, as we try to figure this out, okay?
We will really just have to see how it goes as well with the mercenary here. Next pick on our live stream. We're looking at our live stream right now. And of course, Barmaid last ban, more or less, with this team comp very solid here coming from Rival, giving out the psychologist and the coordinator first to, you know, into the perma ban phase. But
I hear the rock, yeah.
I do. We opened up max presence just there.
All right, let's just wait and see first. For now, just enjoy the gameplay, folks, and then we'll try to interpret it later on. But yeah.
It's definitely for sure.
Okay, we're finally seeing the action here, and it looks like injuries across the board here. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties, folks. It seems like Paul Blem's able to flywheels through on the entomologist here, so Santi Devil really has his work cut out for him, Courier Kuro.
Yes, but of course, we see on Entomologist's hands as well, she did manage to utilize all of her bees here too, so the containment definitely was great with 4.5 Cypher Machine done. And of course, Mercenary, and it does seem like Acrobat rushing the Cypher Machine near top corner. We did manage to get a 1-man elimination though, thankfully, for the Fool's Gold. But even so, 1-man elimination on Fool's Gold is already very, very, very well done, considering how hard of a character he can be, especially in tourney server.
True. It doesn't really result in like an opera singer 4K, but the fact that he's able to eliminate Paul Blems was definitely a huge win on his side. Schmitty now using the Acrobat Bomb just for him to be able to make that transition and drop down that pallet. We're working on one more Cypher, so can RVL improve on their score from just a 1-man escape to actually a a tied game. Schmitty now working with an Acrobat Bomb here. He's going to set the fault zone here. Nice usage. One more chip damage and he will be falling down.
It is also a max presence Fool's Gold right here, but it seems like we're going to utilize Warp here immediately. It might be a little bit too early to utilize the Warp, and of course the Snowball, very nice dodge right there. Fool's Gold, one item down. As long as we can get a normal hit, the survivors can pop it up in the Cypher Machine. And of course, Acrobat having 3 more balls left on his hands to use here. The Cypher Machine will be able to pop, and of course, we'll just have to see how endgame goes.
Yeah, Schmitty once again forcing out the warp. No endgame trait for him to pressure that exit gate, but he's able to get a crack onto that wall, and now Acrobat has definitely done his job for him to be able to push for that endgame to happen. It's gonna be a 2-man escape, so all things considered, definitely an improvement from the first game, but you gotta give it up to Santi Devil to bring out the Fool's Gold.
That's definitely
minute mark. He was able to actually get the chip damage from the fault zones, and he was able to actually... We're seeing a T-spawn here with Z being positioned at the center, so he can set up some box.
Moving towards our finals match 2 second half, we're going to be able to see Sprinters here rushing straight towards the middle, trying to find his first target here. But it seems like we want to go after 7 maybe for that cheerleader. But with the footprints here being dropped out by both Zed and 7, it seems like we're going to go after cheerleader here instead as our first chase. Persona-wise, it will be Trump Card Detention, Destructiveness alongside with Berserker.
Okay, and we see that Sprints are actually overextending a little bit, unable to find the cheerleader, or unable to find the target that he wanted. Now he's going to rotate towards Shaq to see if anyone's here. The Tinnitus can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It can trick you, but we do see that Sawi might actually have to take this first kite. Oh,
Sawi did a brilliant job there because we forced Spencer to actually force out of the dash mode, the shadow leap mode, but of course without force hit, it allows the perfumer here to actually rotate towards the next nearest window and try maybe buy more than enough time for the perfume to get ready. But it seems like Cheerleader did manage to cool down reset there, thankfully.
Okay, now we're going to see if Sprinter's going to wait and see if he will go the other way. He's going to drop down, goes for the blink, and what patience we are seeing in front of Sprinter. One more hit and this perfumer will be falling down. Does have one more perfume to work with, but injured perfumers, it's not going to work out so well. He's already put a perfume down. He's going to go for a backstep. Seeing anyone? No, unable to get it, and now Sprinter knows this is an easy target to down, able to get him through the pallet.
90-second down on Sprinter here. Very nicely done. Before putting very well on ball here, we could definitely get a really good turn forward. Half a ball here currently being utilized, and Sprinter could not be able to react on time because that was so unexpected. But it seems like that stun time wouldn't be all that long anyways, as Perfumer goes down still forward. That was almost half the ball consumed. But for Sprinter, oh, there's another one coming. Very nicely done.
Wow, so here we have, the support coming out all the way. We still have a fourth of a football to work with. Sprinter seeming to have enough of this forward. He's going to try to go for it again, but he's able to punish him for it. We do see that 7 is here for that support, so 3 survivors in the mix here means there's only 1 survivor that is decoding, so they're investing a lot of effort into this perfumer. Cheers are coming on in, but this perfumer still won't go down and still has not seen that rocket chair.
We missed a hit right over the pallet, but her Perfumer still being able to contain here just for a little bit longer. That's going to be another pallet vault, but we don't have pallet speed boost here just yet. We're going to try play around here for a little bit longer, but thankfully we did miss the hit, but it wouldn't be able to buy any more time as Cheerleader not being able to assist that encouragement 5 stacks a little bit earlier for that movement speed boost. There is a basement nearby, but it doesn't seem like we will be going down into it anyway. But of course, in exchange for this, as Posh have said as well, it was a 3-man assistance there. We've only 1 survivor who's out there decoding, and even so, it's still just 2.5 Cypher Machine, 3 minutes in towards the game. But you see, with this in mind, right, Survivors has done their job. They've stalled out for more than enough time, and all they need to do now is wait for accelerated decoding and to guarantee the tie.
True, and now Sprints are now forced to go for an early hit here. 7 trying to make distance, able to actually get the cheerleader down, so this is actually going to buy some time for the escape of Sawi. Going to use that pallet to just try and create some distance. He's going to make behind this other pallet where the top broken side is where the forward is at. The forward football isn't a threat as of late, but the forward does have Tide Turner.
With the Perfumer going down here, what is unfortunate is the fact that forward doesn't have enough balls to actually ball stun rescue for the immediate Tide Turner come out. Half a health, it might be just a little bit too difficult here from the survivor's point of view, and we do find forward here immediately. It might just be a failed rescue situation. Forward, hello, how are you doing? And good night to you, for you who tries to hide and buy for time for your survivors.
I mean, I think that's a receipt from jump scaring him twice with the forward stun. So Sprinter now really putting some injuries on the board here. Actually baiting out the flywheel and also double downing, triple downing situation. He already has his next survivor that will be sent to the rocket chair next. So it's only the female dancer, and the only female dancer here has 2 ciphers to work with. Not looking too good in terms of IDV mats, and now Sprinter chooses to chair the cheerleader.
The worst case scenario here is Forward was being forced to use up self-heal here too. And of course, Forward as the slowest decoder in this game right now with one full Cypher machine remaining and another Cypher machine at 66%. For Female Dancer, no items remaining right here. Forward trying to look for an item. But the biggest issue here is we want a tie. If we don't get more than a tie for this one, we're going to have a really hard time for game 3 because that will be... That might be the final decision match for Orville versus NSC, but with the abnormal pick just to guarantee this 3-man elimination here from Sprinter.
So, saving grace, the Forward did get a syringe, so he is healing up towards the red carpet area, and he still has Tide Turner. Not much of a football to work with. He does have to make a basement rescue happen, so he can tank a hit early on here. And now he's actually going to get sniped out early. He's going to use the football, gets the hit, but he's actually gathering more distance away from the basement, so it's not looking too good for the cheerleader. And Sprinter continuing on his dominance to down the Forward.
Female Dancer here was a little bit too far away because she was looking for an item at Graveyard. She did get an elbow pad, yes, but she can't just use it to get it towards basement because it wouldn't be enough time to rescue the cheerleader there. We're going to go opt out outside here instead, but Female Dancer with only one elbow pad. And of course, Forward without an exit patch here. We did manage to use the elbow pad to get towards the next transition area, but Dungeon is not going to be opened until 180 seconds later when Forward bleeds out.
Yeah, so Sprinter in a checkmate scenario here, even though Z is doing an amazing job containing this Hunter, but the Forward does bleed out quite a while. We're going to go with a charged up attack for him to secure the 5-point game. And just like that, that's 2 Cypher rushing meta. I feel like that really, I mean, it looked great on paper, but the name of the game is so round, a series of rounds towards Team RVL.
Hand corner Sprinter is going to spawn at Small Boat right now. Right then, this will be one of the ultimate rounds of our IVT 2024. We're going to be able to see Sprinter right here rushing straight towards the corner of double 11, looking for where the Thief is, but it seems like we might be missing out on the Thief's location as we are going to rotate back towards double 11 once again, but Thief is already so far out. It will be Trump Card Attention alongside with Claustrophobia, Mischievous, and Berserker with the persona traits of Gamekeeper.
Okay, so yeah, still making the rotations. We've seen Sprinter kind of have early starts with the Opera Singer, but since he has changed Hunters, he has changed pace. He is running towards Zed and Rawfish. So the Doctor and the Thief here, the meta characters, we are going to see him set up a trap here. Well, there is a flashlight to be used for that silence. So Z really setting up the shack area, but he sees actually there is some blood trails here, and he's going to catch out the Doctor out here in the open in the cornfield.
Not only is this bad for Doctor, Thief might have to actually be the one that comes into support right now, as we do see Zed placing down a little bit more items on the storm the traps during Zed, but Doctor just can't vault over it during the hook animation time. We should be able to get a heal right here, but if we blink open, very nicely done by Sprinter, but it's going to be a flywheel counter, but it's still a hit over the window.
We're going to see some immobilization. Okay, the silence is going to definitely be here. We're going to see him actually use it up. And more Thief action here. He is going to get the Doctor onto this balloon, and that is a first down onto one survivor. So Cypher progress, at least the Enchantress was able to pop a Cypher. Looking at this build, they don't have any Tide Turners, so they will have to go for a support here to carry this Doctor away from harm.
Pro, we missed a hook there, which is a little bit unfortunate, and of course the hit on towards that edge as well. The only thing Sprinter has to be worried about is we cannot hook on towards the edge. You can hit, yes, but you can't hook because hooking just gives extra stacks of curses. Now then, with the Thief coming in, we would be able to see a lot. We should try deploy some flashlights down if we have any, but we got cancel animation and after half rescue. Doctor might be a little bit of a tough situation right now.
True, and now we're seeing the Thief with that support once again with that stun, and now we're going to see another flashlight being placed. Not quite, so the Doctor needs to heal up. We're going to see the Enchantress try to farm some stacks, so this is good support, and they're only allowing the Gardener to actually go for the decoding here. So now Enchantress getting another stack. They're really trying to support this Doctor as much as they can as this Doctor heals up to full.
It seems like we're going to change targets for Enchantress seeing said, but that's actually not a bad choice, simply because of the fact that if you let Enchantress go to Doctor and heal, Ench will just come back once again and harass as much as possible. Gardner did want to try get rid of this chair nearby, but it seems like we did not have enough time, and neither did we have the bubble to do so. 2 Cypher Machine done. This will be Enchantress's first time on chair, and that's going to be Gardner hit.
Doctor now able to get that rescue. We're going to see some grappling hooks from Sprinter here just to close out that distance. Doctor getting into the mix here. We're going to see him try and bait out any movement, any flywheel he does. He's holding on to it. He's just going to hit him out of that animation while this Enchantress still tries to siphon some curses.
But we do see Enchantress and Thief coming in together as well, just to try get a little bit of a heal on. Enchantress still have 3 stacks of curses, which is very nice, but we didn't miss the hook on Doctor, but Doctor being able to buy so much time for her teammates right now. Sadly, we couldn't get the heal, but the Ench being nearby is already a good enough of a threat, especially against a Gamekeeper.
Yeah, especially if near that beach area, the water makes picking up and also moving so slow. Actually, just moving so slow. He's going to use the 3-stack curse already, so now really going for a protect meta here, and now just leaving the Doctor to use up the exit pass. I wonder if anyone's going to pick him up, because he could actually go for the Enchantress. Nice flywheel to avoid the hook, but now he's going to try to hook him through the pallet and gets the stun as well. Oh, able to actually get away from the hit.
Survivor's health does seem pretty bad right now, but that's also still okay since Starter did just get up, and Thief should be nearby as well. Enchantress being able to bait out that drop down there too. We don't have anything just there just yet for, you know, a curse stack to fall down the window, so it will allow Sprinter to hook back towards Big Bo, and we should be able to chair upstairs. Right now, the good news is this is Enchantress's 2nd time on chair, but with Cypher Machine decoding progress alongside with accelerated decoding speed boost, we would be able to see a 4-man endgame.
Rawfish able to actually get this rescue ongoing, but now Sprinter looking elsewhere, finds out that someone had made this rescue happen, so he's actually on site to see if he can actually try and clip any of these survivors, but an excellent utilization of that hook just to close out the distance. Gets the stun. Let's see, we're gonna see a block here. Nice movement, and down onto this Enchantress. The last Cypher is actually moving on quite nicely. This could be a 3-person endgame, and it is.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that Enchantress doesn't have borrowed time right, or else we definitely could have been able to get up and run away from the Gamekeeper while cursing him. But it seems like right now it will be curses to you as we return back to the main. Our Doctor being strangled downstairs right here, as we do see she will be suffocated, but maybe we might not be able to find where the Doctor is, as Dungeon is also just nearby. We're going to be able to teleport away, but it's only Gardner who's near the other area. And very beautiful hook, and that's going to be a hit down.
And he baited out the flywheel as well. So Sprinter's looking at a tie game here. Let's see if they can actually get 2 survivors out. The Doctor actually playing real close over there at the shack area. At the big boat area. If Sprinter can close out the distance and catch one of these survivors, it could be a dangerous situation. But now we see that the exit gate is being moved by Rawfish here. Let's see if they can actually make a rotation to save that Gardener. He is able to actually kind of close out the distance, but it's going to be a foot race to try and get this Doctor out of the game. Nice avoidance, but now the Doctor's caught out in the open.
Flywheel didn't come out from Doctor though, as Zed is now currently going back towards where Gardner is. If Gardner can't be picking up here, it will be at least still a guaranteed tie game, since Teleport is not ready just yet.
Yeah.
But sadly, well, you know, even if Doctor did manage to get the Flywheel out, it's going to be really hard to contain a Gamekeeper with unlimited hooks and, of course, 50-second detention time.
True. Another race towards the exit gate here. Sprinter, I don't know if he's going to make it. The exit gate is going to be open, and actually MST is going to get a tie game from Sprinter's Gamekeeper here. An excellent showing on both sides. And now we see Sprinter.
Supports on the unconventional picks, you know, being able to tie against a Gamekeeper as but preferably speaking here for Persicat as well, a 3-man elimination is
near the big boat area, so possible first targets. Who do you think? All right, folks, will this be the final match, or can MST hold on and push for that game number 4? We are going to find out in just a bit as Perseka, you know what, goes around the map, gets some parts for him to build up his rocket just so he can get that unlimited dash. We do see some 3 ciphers being worked on. It seems like Roland might have to take this first kite since he is the closest one in the area.
That's a very good utilization of the elbow pads right here, being near a long window. If Roland can actually drop down that pallet, it'll buy him so much time as well, because Perseka is going to have to take really long routes to actually catch up. But sadly, caught out of position here, Roland. We also see the Persona points. It was instant detention alongside with max pallet breaking.
True. So, used 1 elbow pad and already eliminated 1 pallet, so it seems like Perseka smells blood in the water to try and go for the main rescuer. Note that Patient also has a tide turner, so might want to save up these elbow pads and just pre-drop down these pallets just so they can crash towards it. But excellent control so far by Perseka using the elbow pad. Can he make it behind this pallet in time? Unable to make it, and now this is an early down of the Mercenary. Tries to go for a hit. He's going to buy enough time for him to actually get to an open area and avoid any presence to be given to Perseka.
But the slight issue here is Perseka is a little bit closely towards the middle, in which where we see the Patient is. Patient does have a tide turning here, thankfully. And of course, with Mercenary's point of view here, we still do have 1 last elbow pad left to use. Puppeteer is going to be able to pop open inside for Machine. Meanwhile, the next one is going to be Lawyer. Patient might have to make his way very slowly in if he wants to go in for this rescue.
Yeah, we see that lower left side of the screen. Schmitty is already in that radius to get that heartbeat. He's already used up a hook. We're going to see a slow drill. Has to be very careful. Thankfully, Mercenary takes some time on that rocket chair. He's going to try to bait something out. Able to actually get the hit. And now Mercenary is rescued. And also the last effort is going to be popped by the Patient. We are going to see Roland actually transition towards the big boat since the Lawyer has already expended the cipher here. So Roland has to survive as much as he can in this area. Wow.
The blink here being used just to guarantee the hit as well for a double down scenario. Perseka also did a really good job here. Why? We got the slow debuff on towards the Patient, and also alongside with that, it was a double down scenario. Now there's only 1 survivor out there decoding, and the other one seems like he'll be making his way towards the rescue. It was a little bit of a drop down area there. We have to be a little bit careful, because if we keep dropping down, Mercenary might just be able to struggle free.
Very true. So now we see that My Leg is going to be ready for this, but oh, thank God. I thought he was going to make a full 180 for him to actually catch My Leg, making his way up to go for this rescue. But luckily, Mercenary, again, takes some time on this rocket chair. So Perseka just making sure that he's going to get his drill ready just in case. And now he's going to spot out My Leg. He's going to try and bait out the puppet. Unable to get, he's going to use the puppet to see if he's gonna get the terror shock. And now that was actually an excellent call out by Perseka, downing the puppeteer. Roland has to be very careful in this scenario. He needs to survive for as long as he can. Thank God it's at the big boat, but Perseka is definitely wanting to gun for more survivors down.
But the slight issue here is, even if Perseka gets it down here, yes, it will guarantee us a tie here, since the Cypher Machine is more than enough from Orville's survivor side. But it's just the fact that even with 2 double down scenarios right here for Perseka, it will not be able to stop the survivors from their Cypher Rush. And I also do think, you know, with Mercenary going down, Mercenary didn't really kite on. It was only a 60-second containment, but because it was a 60-second containment and because the tie turner didn't manage to come out, and the Lawyer on the field as well, with the last Cypher Machine being primed at 98%. Maybe Lawyer is going to be the only one who can rescue. But this is a survivor, or this is, sorry, a hunter without detention.
Oh, you're right. So endgame is going to be a little tough, but yeah, it's going to be 2 injured survivors. Actually, Patient, if he gets out here in the open, they're not going to be ready for that endgame pop to happen, but they're going to do a bit of a switcheroo here with the puppeteer actually getting out of that rocket chair, and Paul Blems, the Lawyer, is going to play it very safe and try to position himself for this rescue. My Leg is actually also in the mix here, so we will see how they're going to play this one out. This is the cipher that they have been working on, so Perseka having the right mindset to go for this chair early on here. We're going to see how this one's going to play out. He's going to try and go for Paul Blems. The rescue is going to happen right away. There's no terror shock that can happen for this Lawyer, and he's just going to go for that pop, but the Lawyer actually eating that next hit. The Lawyer has not seen the rocket chair just yet. We have 2 uninjured survivors. So now will Perseka settle and just go for that Lawyer? It seems like he will do so, and he's still holding on to that trump card.
With Patient here going in towards Big Mode, as we see on the bottom left-hand side of our screen as well, honestly, Rival Survivor did a really good job with the decision-making. They know that they need to make it towards the Cypher ASAP, because we don't want to allow Perseka to buy more time for that trump card change to abnormal, or else that would be very devastating. As we move on towards the Big Bosch Gauge Patient, sorry, be able to jump down right there. And even if we do get the hit right here, we still have grappling hooks to make it towards the chair. We could warp in, yes, no problem at all, but it seems like Patient will be forced away from this area. Perseka barely be able to get this 3-man elimination. And of course, even if Puppeteer does manage to make it here on time, can you really escort a prisoner out from this area is the biggest question of all. We're going to be able to pull a rocket dash towards the other side, but Patient, very nice utilization of the launch. Okay.
This is looking like a 3-person elimination here. Myleg might have to settle for escaping here, and just like that, RVL has lost their 3rd round, and MST has gained a round here. So it's a 2-1 in favor of RVL still, but MST has made an amazing thing happen in this round number 3, pushing for that round number 4.
Very nicely done there by Perseka as well, but from Rival Survivor, it's really just the fact that we thought Perseka might be actually full chasing the MST, but of course for Rival Night right now, okay, we did get a Joker, we did get the on another Hunter at a really high level as well. Sprinter decides to spawn at Factory Gauge, but of course Barmaid there having a lot. Let's see here. This will be game for first half of RVL versus MST. We're going to be able to see 7 here becoming the first chase of our Anne. And it seems like the Cypher Machine Factory will be locked here as well. We are at a really good area here for Magician. And of course, with Soup being ready in 2 seconds, it will be Trump Card Detention, Pallet Breaking, and Berserker as their persona traits.
Okay, we do see that Cat did latch on here. He's going to try to go for a leap here, but just breaks down that pallet just to kind of cut off the route of this Magician. He's locked out the magic wands for him to use, but he's already on a timeout for this Cat to be dispersed. So now has to be chased on foot. Z is actually in this area as well. Gets the Cypher disrupted just a little bit. Nice rotation here to avoid the Cat, and Illusion as well to force out a hit. Now able to actually get a 180 here. He's gonna actually go for the flywheel, so excellent call out there by 7.
There is warp ready here as well, but there's only 2 survivors decoding because Female Dancer was placing down music boxes for his teammates. Right now, we managed to get some, but that's going to be a no attack over here. They're very nicely done by Sprinter. And of course, with the second catwalk here, we're going to be able to catch up here really fast. With warp coming in right here, do we get the vault back? No, we don't. We have a Windows Speed Boost here to utilize and another pallet there that can be used, but sadly, we didn't win that mind game as the Magician.
I love the attempt. That was so good. The way he was able to play that warp scenario and for him to transition outside, but Sprinter is just a little bit ahead in that exchange. But now we're looking at the Cypher progress. I mean, that was an excellent kite. One Cypher is about to pop. We are going to see him be able to get the tier 1 presence, and Sowi's going to get interrupted. We do see that the first officer is here for that harassment of this rescue in basement, but he's going to have to play this one very carefully if he wants to save before half. Oh.
Yeah, we did manage to get a jump down here though, but that's a no attack recovery here coming from Sprinter. Very nicely done. It's going to be a double down situation. Can we get a hit? No, we didn't get a hit right there. But it seems like First Officer will be in a safer spot as Magician is trying to get out of here. Barmy want to come in for the Palace Dawn to assist the rebound kite, but it seems like it will be denied here by Sprinter.
Yeah, the drop down hit could have been very devastating, but at least the rescue did happen. So now we're going to just collect the pound of flesh that he was able to actually put on the table here. So now 2 Cyphers have popped. They haven't worked on their 4th Cypher just yet. We're going to see a heal come out of the Barmaid. So good utility that is being used now, but Barmaid does get the attention here of the of Anne. We do see that Rawfish is also here. So they're trying to pressure the rescue. First Officer fully healed up, but they have no more Tide Turner to work with.
Yeah, it might be a little bit hard here as Barmaid getting a hit right here, forcing herself to use doubling here once again. Sprinter having another catwalk here to use. It's quite a little bit of a big area here, so it's going to deny the rebound kite immediately. But it is quite a big win here for Anne, especially with that hit on Barmaid, forcing the last doubling out and then the immediate rescue. Well, not immediate rescue, but like right after rescue, the immediate hit on towards that Magician, denying all possibilities of rebound containment.
Just the wherewithal, and my goodness, able to actually deny the pocket watch from being used. I love that he was able to set the cross down on the chair, and he's able to set the cross down over at the shack area just to deny that usage of that pocket watch. We do see that warp is available for him to work with, for him to pressure some ciphers. They're opening up their options with 4 ciphers that have been touched. They only need 3, but they're just accounting for the harassment that will come to play since this is a fully fed disciple. I was gonna say bloody queen, but yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, they are both tall in a certain aspect, but we're going to be able to get that hit on towards the Barmaid right now. This cat that came back didn't manage to scratch on towards Barmaid, but that doesn't matter because Barmaid doesn't have any doubling remaining. One was used for herself and the other one for First Officer. Seems like Sprinter right now wants to go for a little bit of a map control right here, as we do see where First Officer is, but we might actually just go down immediately because we got the cat on us anyways, so there's no point in utilizing the last pocket watch that's on his hands.
At least he can use that pocket watch for the rebound kite, but how things are looking now really depends on how this next rescue is going to happen. They are opening up one cipher at 70, one at 67, and one at pushing the 60% mark. So it's looking all right. They just need that female dancer to go for this rescue. Luckily, the First Officer takes some time on the rocket chair. Tried to harass that cipher that is being moved. We did see a cat scratch onto the Barmaid over there at the factory area, but everyone's too spread apart here for them to kind of go for this pressure. I love the far camping strategy that Sprinter is doing, just so we can just kind of harass the ciphers that are being touched. But now we see the female dancer trying to make their way to this rescue.
Female dancer is far back, but it seems like Sprinter is going to be able to pick up Tanaya's right here, and alongside we're losing it, we might be able to actually spot out where female dancer is. Female dancer, it seems like she is currently crouching, but this cat might be able to find female dancer here. Female dancer getting some cat scratch marks on her, and of course the cat herself will come in for the normal hit. She might not be able to make it towards rescue right here, and it's a little bit too far away. With Soup being ready in 2 seconds, we're going to do a sideways catch, very nicely done by Sprinter. We're going to be able to get a jump right here, and that's going to be the full denial of that wand. There's no tricks for Margie anymore, and there's only a Barmaid left with a doubling speed boost on her hands. She is not going to be able to outrun that, and sadly.
Yeah, we're seeing the scratch marks on the floor here. The cats are going to be ready in just a bit. What an excellent performance so far by Sprinter. Sawi is going to try to gain some distance as much as they can, just to push for, I don't know, a dungeon escape as much as he can, but able to get the cross down. Gonna go for the charged up attack as well and force the female dancer to use up the exit path, and now switching all the way to teleport.
We are going to be able to find female dancer here, but female dancer only having her persona left to contain for her. We're going to be able to get a sideways jump right there, very nicely done. That's an immediate 180 finger turn on towards that catwalk. And it seems like without any exit pad on towards this female dancer, yes, we used warp to catch up here immediately, but that will only speed up with the process of female dancer utilizing her own exit pad right now, as Anne is going to make her way in.
So just from the start, right? Sprinter was not messing around. This is also another hunter you have to be very careful of. The fact that he brought out this Anne in a clutch scenario, usually Anne known for the ties, going above and beyond that, was just an incredible showing. And the survivors, I have to say, you know what, the Magician having an 7 having an excellent kite at the start of the game was really good, but at the end it wasn't enough for them to be able to get a tied game at the very least. A 5-point game is very dire because now Perseca has to be able to get the same just for them to push for that game number 5. But it's looking like Sprinter definitely had a checkmate scenario there.
Yeah, I do think as well it really just comes down with early game. Magician did definitely contain really well, but we didn't actually rotate towards where female dancer placed down a music box for the survivors to contain in. That area was fully, well, I wouldn't say denied RNG tie, but because of the fact that we definitely do need the support from the female dancer, Sally, female dancer, side from
If there's a 3-person elimination, then tough. He's gonna have to play this one really well. A Hell Ember, folks, in potentially the last match of the tournament, and we're gonna see him acknowledge the chat just a little bit as he goes for his first one. Yeah, salutes to the chat. Can we give some clap emojis for Perseka here and playing impeccably well, going up against the best of the best here that NAEU has to offer in Teams RVL. So it seems like Paul Blems will be taking this first kite. The Ember Spirit is still being built up, baiting out actually him to move away from that pallet. Might have to actually eat a hit early on here, but the Psychologist can tank those hits. So far, so good on the side of Perseka here as he tries to hunker down and zone in on Paul Blems.
Perseka did a really good job, especially with the red light trick there too. We do see Persona side, it was instance attention here, so we're going to see if we can get as much chair camp here as possible. The first hit there was great, but once again, you're against a Psychologist who is triple hit scenario, so you will be forced out of your embers here. Chair camp might not be the best, but at least second hit will register 60 seconds in towards the game, and we do have under puppet here to catch up if Problems decides to rotate out of this area. We do see as well, he's trying to be very careful, but even with being careful here, we did not get a throw over the wall right there, Sally. It will be blocked by the tree.
Yeah, I like how Paul Blems was kind of baiting that he's going to go one area, but tried to swing a little bit too early. Can Paul Blems get to a good spot here? Unable to get to a windowed area, and Perseka able to cut out the distance from Paul Blems' kite. All things considered, that was a 1-minute kite on Paul Blems' side, allowing the Cypher progress to happen. And this is kind of scary because you have an Explorer out in the mix, so it's going to be tough for him to kind of control the early game because you have that constant Cypher pressure. Roland now is making his presence felt here as he tries to make and close some distance to go for this rescue, while the Explorer still adds more pressure.
Yeah, Explorer is also trying to make his way into... No, he's not. He's going to pick up a page that's nearby, but Explorer does have a tie turner effect as well. During the teleportation time of the doll, as we did see as well, when you teleport towards Hellenberg's doll, you will face towards the next nearest survivor, and it was towards Explorer. But of course, Explorer being able to get this backdoor rescue here. Sadly, Perseka didn't realize that there was someone in front of them just there right after teleportation, being able to get that hit, and now you cannot teleport over because of the long walls here once again. That is absolutely brilliant right now for Paul Blems and for the survivors to buy even more decoding progress.
Can I just say RVL is just so good at baiting hunters or just spreading the attention out real thin for them to go for backdoor rescues or backdoor Cypher pops, because that is one of the keys to victory in their previous matches, and the fact that they were able to get a sneak rescue there was insane. Now forcing out the blink here, but we do see that Paul Blems does have access towards this window, so continue on with this chase. We're going to see him drop his Ember Spirit here just for him to add a little more pressure onto this palleted area and force Paul Blems outside the factory.
Didn't get a hit right over the pallet right there, but thankfully Psychologist is going to be able to vault over that and take the Windows speed boost here as well. We do have another Phantom here left to use, but does that matter much? No, it doesn't. The Phantom's going to go towards the backside, getting rid of the pallets instead. Psycho being able to rotate towards another new pallet area. We do see as well Explorer with a 50% page there. The beautiful pallet stun coming from Mercenary. That was out of nowhere as well.
Definitely just spreading the attention out thin for Perseka here. We do see that once that Cypher reached the 50% mark, the Explorer could actually hit the page onto it for him to go for that pop, but no, we're actually going to wait on the 90% mark, so that Cypher is as good as primed once the Psychologist does get hit. We are seeing some support coming out here from the Mercenary as well. Perseka just going to get that hit and the pop. Beautiful timing on the side of the survivors here. A 4-person endgame for RVL survivors.
This Hellenberg pick actually wasn't bad for Perseka since we did get a 90-second down, but sadly the backdoor rescue did change the whole game around, allowing Psychologist to buy so much rebound kite containment. We do see here as well Roland currently being the main base as the Mercenary, but Mercenary with triple elbow pads, he can just elbow pad away from this area, but Roland seems like he will not be able to react on time. Most likely because of the fact that we don't have the tension, so we are going to be able to take that hit as Dungeon is near Bindle as well. The the psychologist is going to be able to get out on time, and we're going to be able to take the dungeon here from RVL Survivor side. It's been 2 years since their last defeat, and Rivals once again will go unrivaled. Let's congratulate the champions of our IVT 2024.
On the containment time, again, it was actually a really good start for Persec.
For RVL for round 1, it was 6-3, a 4-man elimination from the Hunters.
Here with how well they were able to play that one out. So again, kudos going to MST, and also Zen, like, he's thinking the entire region, and he gave that message to keep on trying, keep on working.